Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you, baby. Checking in on you. I am fine. I'm out here in Los Angeles. I know that there's been a lot of film footage showing people getting swept into the ocean and SUVs being flooded and basements and all of that shit. There's been a lot of that out here, but it's not everybody. Always remember that. Always remember that whenever they're shown. Don't ever forget that lady sitting in the canoe talking about floodwaters. Like, look at this. I'm riding a canoe down the street. Then those two construction workers walk by in the background, and it was like fucking ankle deep. Definitely been a lot of water. I'm sure somebody thinks it's biblical. I don't know. I just like, you ever have somebody just park a car in front of your house and then they never come back? I feel like that's what God did with Earth. He just made the shit. It was fucking up and running. He just went on to something else. Or maybe it's a project he never finished. What if Earth is like that fucking car that's like 3/4 under a tarp? Rebuilt the engine. It still needs some body work. I'm going to get to it. And it just has like basic rims on it and shit. I got divorced, but, I was able to keep the car. But, when I get my money, when the money's right, I'm going to fucking fix this thing up. Speaking of which, old Freckles was having a lovely morning with his wife, and, all of a sudden, like, the idiot light comes on in my car, says I'm low left rear tire, so I go to fill it up. After I get done filling it up, it says it's even less air pressure. I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized I had a flat. I ran over a nail, putting air into it. I don't know if it was expanding the puncture hole, and more was leaking out. I have no idea. So I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So I called AAA. Right, which is really emasculating because I love changing tires. I used to be really fucking good at it. Way back in the day when I had my Ford Ranger and I would be doing gigs in the middle of nowhere and there was no cell phones and you just had your Rand McNally fucking map and I had a day job to get back to. I still remember the fucking thing, getting a flat tire and being on the side of like, I don't know what fucking highway it was, like Route 3. Some shit coming back from fucking New Hampshire, and I was on the shoulder, so I limped it to where it was flat, and I got it as far over to the shoulder so it wouldn't be, of course, it's on the fucking driver's side, and I've never been more scared in my life, and people weren't even texting while driving, but it was like nighttime out and shit, and I remember I'd been arrested for drinking and driving. When I went to this Mothers Against Drunk Driving. One of them, their kid was coming home from band practice, changed a flat tire, and got killed by a drunk driver. So I was like, here comes my karma, right? So I fucking changed this thing. I swear to God, in about 6 minutes. The best thing I ever did back then was I bought a real jack. Because even that, like for 40 years, they've been giving you a bullshit jack. Even though my truck was a little two-wheel drive thing, it still sat up higher than a car. And they had this dumbass fucking jack behind the seat. If you had an 83 Ford Ranger, it looked like a little coffee pot, like one of those Italian ones where you press your thumb down and the lid comes up. And then it had this little fucking, looked like, an Allen wrench on steroids. Was what I was supposed. It was a no leverage. You just couldn't get the fucking thing off. So I went out. I dealt with that one time. So I went out and I bought a real jack and I put that behind the seat and I had a nice big piece of pipe, to give me fucking leverage. And I got out of the fucking car. I fucking put the jack under the truck right before it was going to start lifting. I loosened all the fucking lugs. Boom, 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 jacked it up, took the lugs off, out, spare it. I had the spare in the back of my truck, too. Put that on, tightened it with, finger tightened, textbook, dropped it down. Bam, 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 bam. Back of the truck and fucking got back in. Fucking got the fuck out of there. Terrified. Terrified I was going to lose my fucking legs. It was like pitch black, no street lights, and people just, going by and your fucking car shakes a little bit. Terrifying. So fast forward, fucking 30 years later, whatever, I'm just calling AAA. And even then, it just bugs me. The whole fucking thing bugs me. Jiffy Lube bugs me. The whole thing, it's like I know how to do very few things in my car, and just doing those made me feel like a man. And now I'm sitting here like a fucking housewife. So the guy shows up and, sees I got the nail in the thing, he makes sure I have enough air in my spare. The guy was a really good dude, like two really good dudes. Puts the fucking thing on. I'm good to go. He goes, don't drive over 50 miles an hour. So I dropped my wife off at home, and she goes, where you going? I'm going to get my tire fixed. She's like, now? I said, yes. I'm not driving around on that stupid fucking donut thing. So I go down to this mechanic that a buddy of mine told me about. It was like customer service like you used to hear about. It was going away even when I was a kid. I fucking go down there. I just pull up. I go, I got a nail in my tire. Can you fix it? And the guy's like, yeah. He goes, bring it over. Let's see. Brings it over, sprays the Windex on it, fucking fills it up, sees the bubbles, sprays a few other areas, makes sure that's the only thing. He fucking pulls it out. He sticks the patch in, with the fucking thing, I go, what's that made of? He laughs. He goes, I don't know, but I've been doing it for 40 years and it works. Patches the tire up. Fills it up with air, sticks it on my car, and I'm home. That bullshit, I found the flat was at 9:10. By 10:30, I was home back at my house like it never fucking happened. And for the life of me, I don't know why all businesses don't operate that way. Like what that would do for people's psyche, how they would feel. There's nothing worse than going in someplace after you bought something or if you have a problem and nobody in there gives a fuck, wants to help you, or even worse, nowadays you can't even talk to a fucking person. So, I just saw today, like Elmo from Sesame Street tweeted out on his account, asked how people were doing, and people were actually responding to a puppet on social media. That's how sad everybody is. That's how much like shit everybody is being treated by these fucking corporations that own all of these politicians. And I'm going to keep talking about this. We need to come together. We got to stop yelling at each other. We have to respect each other's opinions. And we need to stop yelling at each other and just turn and look at these rich fucks that are fucking, swallowing up every company out there. And just be like, guys, like enough. No one's saying you can't be the richest fucking guy, but you're taking too much. You're squeezing too much. You've gone too far. I know. It's impossible to get. You can't even get 5 people to get on the same fucking page. If I've learned anything from watching reality television, Jesus Christ. My lovely wife watches that stuff. And just fucking brutal. Brutal. Just fucking screaming and yelling. My God, the fucking women. Is anybody better at just being mean, saying something? Holy shit. Some of the shit, when that fucking Andy guy gets them all together, some of the shit that they say to each other. Jesus Christ. And then they're trying not to cry because that means the other one won, and you're watching their bottom lip. Looks like that thing you used to put around your belly, to try to make you not fat or whatever. Anyway, this is just to say that I'm about ready to get back on the road again, and I'm going fucking everywhere. Major cities, minor cities, red, blue, I don't give a fuck. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys. And I can't wait. I'm getting geared up to do another special. And I think this is going to be a really good one. And I'm psyched. I thought I did like 5 or something like that. Somebody asked me the other day, and I counted. I've done 7. And I'm more excited than ever on my 8th one, which makes me feel good. You don't want to dry up, okay? And this weekend, I'm going out to Vegas. Me and Paul Virzi are going to be doing a live. We'll do it live at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. We're doing our podcast at the MGM, 8 p.m. on Saturday. Me and Paul Virzi are going to be talking shit. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl and all of that. I'm so fucking excited to go to this game. No matter what happens, it's going to be great. I either get to see Patrick Mahomes get his third. You get your third ring. It's like, I don't know, you could just be dog shit the rest of your career. You're going to the Hall of Fame. Or do the San Francisco 49ers get their sixth and join the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the New England Patriots? It's the third team to get to number 6, which is pretty goddamn cool. Anyway, but and I'm going to be smoking my first cigars since January 1st, and this is my plan. I'm going to smoke like a motherfucker out there. Just to let you know, these are East Coast things, all right? It rains like a bastard, and you smoke like a motherfucker. I just made up smoke like a motherfucker, but it does rain like a bastard. Oh, like a bastard. So I'm going to smoke this weekend, and then I am not going to smoke again. I don't even know when. The next thing I can think about that is worth celebrating would be like my birthday or something. And that's how I want to smoke cigars, like a fucking gentleman. You know what I mean? There's something to celebrate, right? As opposed to like the old me, this fucking rain that's happening right now, I would be outside like a fucking stray cat just sitting on the porch smoking a cigar. I do miss the solitude. I'm not going to lie to you. Of smoking a cigar by yourself and letting your brain wander, you know, think about what's important and all the dumb shit you've done and the good shit and all of that. I do fucking miss that. But, you know, my kids have not seen me smoke a cigar since November, and I'm just feeling like, yeah, they don't need to see me. One day when one of them gets married, maybe they'll see me do that. But that's a big thing. At least I never drank in front of them. I didn't want to be that guy. You know, Daddy liked his scotch. Coming home, you know, big smile. You go to fucking put your raincoat on the fucking coat rack. And as you're reaching to put it there, you start falling backwards. You just kind of go straight down. Hit your head. You hear your daughter's voice. Daddy, you know. You give her a smile before it all goes black. You know, he's never the same after that fall. He tried to work, but he couldn't. And then the stress was on my mother. It's just like, or I could not drink, you know. Anyway, I did Adam Ray's show last night at the Comedy Store where he plays Dr. Phil. It's one of the most fun things I get to do. You got to go down anytime Adam Ray is doing that Dr. Phil show. And just the work, the effort that he puts in with all the clips and all of that and the makeup. I mean, it's kind of insane. Like, there are moments when I forget that I'm not actually talking to Dr. Phil. I never think I'm talking to Adam Ray. But I did get him a couple times with some big laughs that he had to hold his fake mustache on, which made me feel good. And it was a great crowd down there. And I also got to do Steph Tolev's show up in the belly room. So I got a couple of reps in. And I don't know. I fucking went to the gym the last couple of days. I'm going to fly tomorrow. You know, the new script is coming together. It's all good stuff. My son's beating the crap out of me. My son doesn't even take me seriously. I'm like, buddy, stop it. Seriously, stop it. Let me watch the game. And he just goes, no. And he jumps up in the air, knees first, and lands on my fucking stomach. And then when I tell him to stop and I try to like mean mug him, he stares at me and I'm staring back at him. And then he starts to smile and then I laugh. And then how do I not laugh? It's just funny. Having a 3-year-old staring you down and winning. Yeah, definitely overcompensating a little bit for my childhood. So I've become like a pushover. Or maybe I just was never that guy. I was never that guy that was going to fucking yell at kids. You know? Believe me, I'll give a hey, hey, hey! You know, every once in a while. Guys! I'll do something like that. But I'm not one of those fucking read 'em the riot act type of people. I come out of the dugout more like Joe Torre. I always respected the way Joe Torre went at the umpires. You know what I mean? I mean, it was never. I mean, Billy Martin and Earl Weaver were just amazing. Lou Piniella was another guy, you know, who could come out. Don Zimmer could really get after him. But I was always amazed at the people that would just kind of. I think Dusty Baker's another guy. Just doesn't yell. He just kind of comes out. Tommy Lasorda could yell at him. I mean, it really is a fucking art form. If you want to go down a great rabbit hole, just look at fucking Earl Weaver. One of the greatest quotes of all time. He says to the umpire, "You came here tonight for one goddamn reason." And the guy goes, "What's that, Earl?" He goes, "To fuck us." Like the fucking umpires going like, "You know what, I'm going to Baltimore, man, and I am just going to fuck the Orioles tonight." I swear to God, Earl Weaver put on such a show, it wouldn't surprise me if they would do that on purpose some nights just to watch him get going. You know what I mean? I mean, well, they couldn't do that because then they would actually be affecting the outcome of the game. But Jesus Christ, Billy Martin was another great one too. I used to love watching those guys losing their shit. But whatever, with my kids, you know, Derek Jeter was another one. Derek Jeter was when he complained to an umpire. He never quite looked at him. He'd always have his one of his fingers was in the ear hole of his helmet, like he was starting to take it off, but he didn't. And he would just kind of, you know, have his eyebrows up, not look him, you know, in the eye, not make a big thing, and just be like, you know, that was a strike, whatever he was saying. But I never saw him go, "What the fuck?" and just lose his shit. I don't know. That is, you know, as someone who has a temper, that is an amazing thing. I don't, you know, I'm doing my best. I don't think I'll ever reach that level of enlightenment, personally. Anyways, I was telling you guys I was trying to watch all the Oscar-nominated Best Pictures, and I was trying to watch Bobby, and I just couldn't figure it out on my TV. I didn't know what the fucking Apple password was. That one feels like I need to like have an edible. You know what I mean? If some doll is going to give me a lecture about feminism, like I just don't feel like I can be in a. I told you my wife went to go see that movie, and she, you know, I was like, I thought we were going to see that together. She goes, nah. She goes, you're too misogynistic to go see that movie. And I was just like, all right, fair enough. You know, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. There's just certain things that, like, you know, you just can't argue. Your spouse is right, you know? And, you know, my son's hilarious because he loves AC/DC. He loves playing the drums and all of that. And we go to school every morning. And he goes, Dada, AC/DC? Put on AC/DC? And I'm like, yeah, and I can handle AC/DC in the morning. My wife can't, which I understand. So I try to go easy. I try to go Bon Scott. I mean, Brian Johnson sound, you know, when he gets going, he sounds like Earl Weaver arguing a call. So I'm not going to put on, like, you know, Back in Black or Honey, What Do You Do for Money? All of that shit. I put on, like, what will I put on? I put on Dirty Deeds. You know, that's still like, I mean, what am I going to do? Ride On? I'm trying to think of something. If I put on Ride On, my son thinks it's not AC/DC because it's not like, doesn't sound like aggressive or whatever. So we kind of have like this rule, you know, like this, once you get to the halfway point, like he gets like one jam. So he likes Walk All Over You. He likes Highway to Hell, Dirty Deeds, Rocker, What's Next to the Moon, Sin City. I'm getting him into Power Rage. You know what I mean? That's one of the coolest things as a dad is you can just like expose them to the music you like. And what I like doing is I like to go deep cuts because I feel like they're going to hear those other songs on the fucking radio. You know what I mean? So, like my son, as far as AC/DC songs, he likes that "Let Me Put My Love Into You, Babe." Na na na, ba na da, go. Brutally underrated song by them. I go like deep cuts with that shit, and then like my daughter likes Queen and Freddie Mercury, so Spread Your Wings. I'll play like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, she knows another one. Bites. I almost said rides the bus. Such like a friggin' Weird Al. Such a big part of my fucking life growing up. Oh, speaking of which, I got to go to this Grammys like benefit, this Steven Tyler thing. Kind of based off of the Janie's Got a Gun. It's for like abused women and shit. And some of the stuff that they were auctioning off just blew my mind. Like one of the things auctioned off was Steven Tyler started off as a drummer, and they auctioned off his, he had a late 70s, I want to say, mid 70s blue Vistalite kit. And what I loved was it had the Ludwig Speed King, both like the foot pedal thing for the bass drum and the hi-hat, like matching. It had like the original hardware. And I was like, fuck. I don't have room, but fuck, right? And just the bidding, it went through the roof. It was great. It was for a great cause and stuff like that. But I was thinking, I was like, what a good shit that he put that up for a good cause. You know what I mean? Because like he must have had that drum kit for 40 years. There's a lot of memories in that thing. To get rid of that, man. And it's the best color Vistalite. That blue Vistalite, I think that's the tits. Fucking tits, man. And I'll tell you, I'm kicking myself. The one that I fucking hate, that 50th anniversary Ludwig Vistalite. I thought they were going to make a bunch of those. They didn't. They were a limited run. I'm such a fucking idiot. I wanted that one with the matching snare. Blue. If anybody has it, I'll fucking buy it off you. I want the blue, the one, it's like the blue and olive badge. That's that 3-level swirl with the 24-inch kick and the matching snare. That's the fucking one. That's my holy grail kit that I'm looking at. And I ran into this drummer too. He put something in my head. He plays Gretsch. I have a Gretsch broadcaster, and he told me his was in Cadillac green. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I looked that up, and now I can't stop looking at that. But I know myself well enough. I'm just like, Bill, if you got those drum kits, you'd still suck at drums. But they would look cool. Anyway, I just got done playing. I got a little my little get in shape girl fucking area of my garage, my little podcast thing, and then I have my little drum space, and then my old truck out there. So I threw the weights around a little bit and sat down with the drum kit. I fucking love it. I'm telling you right now, Gretsch are the best sounding fucking drums there are. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway, I don't have any advertising reads this year. And my tour this year starts next week, and then it goes right through the end of June. And somewhere around there, I'm going to tape my special. And then I don't have anything for the rest of the year, but I'm thinking that might fill in. I don't know if I'm going to have acting work or not. That's kind of up in the air. And if it isn't, then I'm going to try and figure out some fun places. I am toying with the idea of doing a show in Paris. And my goal is I'm going to do my act in English, but in between, I'm going to be fucking with people in the crowd with what little French I know. And then I just go up there every year, Next year I'll do 15% of my act in French. And then eventually I'm going to have the whole fucking thing down. And I'm going to go over there. I want to be totally fucking fluent. And I mean, why not? I always thought it was fucking amazing to be able to speak another language. So I've gotten to the point now. I'm getting to the point where I can fucking listen to French radio and know what they're talking about. Like I was listening to this radio the other day, and they go Guns N' Roses, and I heard them go, something 72 ans, blah 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 blah, and I'm like 62 years old, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it Axl Rose's birthday today? And I looked it up. Sure enough, February 6th. Happy 62nd birthday to one of the greatest frontmen of all time. But I'm able to like figure out what they're talking about. I listen to this relationship show, and what's hilarious is the fucking host won't shut the hell up. She talks over everybody. She just goes, ça c'est vrai, da, 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 da. That, which means that it's true or whatever, or that's true, whatever the fuck she's saying. And then she just goes off on her own fucking thing while the other person is still talking. And what's funny is the other person keeps talking too, which makes me feel like they can't hear the host. And she just sort of mutes herself and she's talking to her listeners. But anyway, it is a great way to learn it. And then I watched that show, Lupin, on Netflix, and that's another good one too. I wish if you watched a movie that was French, like American Netflix would let more French title. Oh, he likes French shit too. They're just like, no, you are in America. You speak English. It's like, well, what if I'm trying to learn other stuff? Stop trying to expand your universe and understand other people. You live here. You will speak this and that. I think that was one of the worst fucking things that ever happened in this country. That all of these languages that everybody spoke and all of that culture that was fucking, that came from Europe, you were humiliated if you had an accent, if you spoke another fucking language, and all of that went away, all the cuisine went away, and we just fucking left with English and malls. I'm not shitting on English. It's a great fucking language. I mean, what else? I mean, it's the only language I know. But when I was a kid, it was cool. Like, I had a buddy of mine, he was Greek. His parents spoke Greek. He understood it or whatever. But I remember he would be embarrassed if his dad was speaking Greek, and I thought it was fucking cool. And he would just like listen to him as he was speaking Greek. He'd just be like, yeah, all right, Dad, all right, okay, I will. And he would speak to him in English, and his dad would keep speaking Greek. And I always thought, like, even as a kid, I'm going like, what his dad's doing is right. Like, this kid should know how to speak. You shouldn't lose that. Why would you want to lose that? It's so dumb. You got to speak the king's English. And who are we trying to emulate, huh? Everybody at the fucking Buckingham Palace? Those inbred people? I mean, it's like the same four families have been fucking in the same goddamn castle for all those years. That's why so many of them, sort of odd looking. No? I don't know. Certain people, they held on to it, I feel. I feel like Italians are pretty good about holding on to their shit. I don't know, but maybe it wasn't just the English fault. Maybe it was also when people started intermarrying, like, half Irish, half, Italian or something. Just speak English. It's just easier or whatever, the common language, and it sort of fucking went away. I don't know. It is funny, though, but the reason why the whole world speaks, English is because the British are such cunts, and they kind of made everybody learn it as they went around conquering everybody. It's kind of amazing. Do you imagine if some other culture was that big at fucking assholes? Then we'd all be speaking like, Indian or Japanese or whatever. That's the only difference is there's just those countries didn't do that. In England did. It's fucking weird, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's convenient if you speak English. All right, so that is the podcast, everybody. Thank you to everybody that's coming out to the show at Brad Garrett's. Thank you to Brad Garrett for letting us do the show there. Me and Virzi, Andrew Themlis, we're going to have such a fucking good time out there. I'm so excited to go out there, and I can't wait to get this tour going. I have so much new shit that I got to work out before I tape in June. And I have like an hour and 45 minutes material. So, and I'm only just taking the best shit. I'm going to put it in that. And I'm going to try to have another fucking, going for the best one I've done. That's what I'm doing. All right. In the meantime, I got to lose the rest of my last little bit of my belly here. So, all right. That is the podcast. Thanks for listening to me meander here. Oh, and thank you to all you guys who watched the John Lovitz podcast. How fucking funny was John Lovitz? He came in, for those of you who didn't see it, I interviewed John Lovitz, and basically, what I loved is we basically did what we do all the time. All me and John do is give each other shit constantly. And John is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. What's funny is whenever I'm with him, if I ever text him something serious, that I'm kind of going through a depression, like he immediately shuts all that shit off, and he's the nicest, big-hearted person you're ever going to meet. But like, if you're just breaking balls, he is just so silly and so fucking mean at the same time. And I love every time when he just fucking trashes me. Just goes, your turn. It was just, I've had so many of my friends text me going, oh my God, I watched that podcast. That was fucking amazing. And just to let you know, like that, I used to do that with Bob Saget too. Except we didn't like trash each other. We would just say over the top, stupid shit. Anything. Oh, I'm going down, I got to sit down at the club, and then just like, this is what I'm doing afterwards. And it would always just be something absolutely fucking horrific. And the thing about Bob, he could just go on forever. And like John Lovitz is like, that whole generation, they're just cut from that cloth of just busting chops and trying to top each other. And it's the most fun thing ever. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's last week's podcast, so I don't know what that date would be. But thank you guys for listening. And at some point, I'm definitely going to have him back. I mean, with the amount of views that got. But go see John when he's out on the road, because he is fucking hilarious. All right, that's it. We have a bonus episode of the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. Have a great weekend, you cunts, and enjoy the Super Bowl. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday morning podcast for Monday, February 8th, 2016. What's going on, everybody? How are you? Huh? Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling, Denver, Colorado. Bunch of hippies and some miners, and they won Super Bowl trophy. Congratulations to everybody in Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Killing fucking cows in stinky Greeley. Greeley, Colorado, man. If you ever want to know, what a bunch of murdered cows smell like for the next time you eat a burger, I suggest you go there on a bad smell day. That's what they call it, bad smell day. And then you call up the slaughterhouse. You're like, hey, could you fucking tone it down a little? The wind's blowing down to my house. Why don't you lay off killing those fucking cows? Not saying I don't like a burger, all right? Everybody likes a burger. Except for them hippies in San Francisco and all those limousine liberals out in Hollywood. Out there eating them fucking tofu patties. You know that shit causes cancer, don't you? The fuck is a tofu? Sorry. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos. And guess what? Old Billy Redface, he won a little bit of money betting on the old man. The old man. Moon River. Sorry. Very happy for Peyton Manning, man. I didn't want to see him go in there and get his fucking ass kicked. And I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, Bill, why did you bet on the Broncos? You didn't say shit predicting one way or the other. I didn't have any feeling one way or the other on the game. I thought what a lot of people thought. I just thought the fucking Panthers were gonna, if they got up early, it was gonna get ugly. And I don't know, but then just everybody was saying it. Everybody kept fucking saying it. Dude, the Panthers, dude, it's not even gonna be a fucking game, dude. Right? Everyone
was just saying that the Panthers were going to fucking destroy. They're going to win by 17. Dude, it's going to be 17-0 by the end of the first quarter. This is what all my friends were saying. So I came up with this quick theory because I wanted to put money on the game, because my team wasn't in it and I wasn't really excited about it. So I figured, all right, well, if everybody's saying the Panthers are right, how does Vegas make any money? The only way Vegas makes money is if the Broncos win. Vegas always has the lights on. Even during the day, they never shut them off. They got the AC on with the fucking doors open, and I don't see anybody concerned out there, right? Because they're making money. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to go against the grain. I didn't even take the points. I just bet it. I bet the line, 100 to make 190. I threw $100 on it, and Jesus Christ. I guess that Denver Broncos defense was as good as they were saying. I just thought, I thought we made them look better than they were because our offensive line was fucking beat up. But I don't know if you noticed, the entire time when the Broncos beat the Patriots, at no point was Tom Brady comfortable. He wasn't screaming and yelling like, yeah, let's go, man, or whatever the fuck he yells at his receivers. It was supposed to be a post pattern. Wake up, right? Whatever the fuck it is he yells at him. He didn't do that once. He had his eyebrows down. He looked fucking uncomfortable. He felt people at his feet the whole fucking game. They never felt comfortable. And, Von Miller would do that little fucking I'm going this way. Oh, no, I'm not. And the guy fell for it every fucking time on the Patriots, right? And I'm thinking Jesus Christ, how much does that dude on the Patriots stink that he keeps falling for that? And lo and behold, I watched Von Miller do it all game against the Carolina Panthers. And I don't know if you noticed this, there's a lot of stats. How many times did you see Cam Newton celebrate? As far as I can remember, 0. He didn't do one of those little first down fucking point things. Not one kid got a ball. He never fucking ripped open off his suit to show the Superman S underneath. Tell you right now, nobody's having more fun than fucking Cam Newton. You didn't see that once. Cam Newton had 0 fun. In fact, if I remember correctly, because I had a lot of Budweisers, I probably drank as many Budweisers as fucking Peyton Manning said he was going to drink by the fourth quarter. The only thing I remember Cam Newton doing was falling down when they missed the fucking that field goal attempt. It just wasn't their fucking day, but he got mugged. Von Miller, kid, just give me that fucking ball. Those like fucking linemen running after like a bunch of crazed dogs or whatever that classic NFL quote goes. That was just complete fucking domination by the Denver Broncos defense to the point I think Peyton Manning only had about 40 more yards passing than I did. But you know what? When it counted, he got it done. So congratulations to them. And I went against everything that I said. I didn't tape the game. I forgot to tape it like a fucking asshole. And I went to a Super Bowl party, which I always say I'm not going, because there's always 50 fucking people there and only 12 of them give a shit about the game. And everybody else is running around and, all the fucking shit that I fucking had a tampon up my ass about for fucking ever with those things. But I actually said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go to a party because, I'm just not into the fucking game or whatever. And then I showed up and I realized I was totally into the game. And fortunately, the party I went to was great. Everybody was into it. Everybody was watching. People were saying stuff about the game that made sense. It was football fans and the food was fucking tremendous. And had a great time. I got to tell you, going to the Super Bowl party, though, something that I never noticed was the just general open hatred for Coldplay. Why does everybody hate Coldplay? Why does everybody hate that band? They're not that bad. Right? Everybody's, oh, dude, they're so fucking lame. They get like half like Nickelback hate. You know what I mean? Hang on a second. This fucking curtain's messed up. It's driving me fucking crazy. I'm going to stare at it the entire time. What is the problem? There we go. Sorry. I apologize. Yeah, so Coldplay comes out. I don't know what they were singing. They were jumping around a lot. I immediately left because I didn't want to watch Beyonce sass it up. You know what I mean? I cannot. The same way, the way she behaves on stage is the way a lot of athletes behave after they make a great fucking play. And somewhere that happened during my lifetime. It went from fucking scoring a touchdown and just giving the ball to the ref to absolutely, just fucking, I don't know what you do. You start line dancing and you just can't believe how amazing you are. Right? And everybody claims, he's having so much fun. No, he isn't. He's marketing himself. He's whoring himself out right now. All right? You should literally have to put on a pair of fucking stilettos when you do it. Just walk the fucking block after you fucking dunk or score a touchdown or whatever, right? So I didn't want to watch her, that fucking stupid walk that divas do? Well, they sort of stomp down the stage as they cross one leg over in front of it, swinging their fucking hips. I always just want somebody to just give them a big fucking leg sweep. That's me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to watch that shit. So Coldplay comes out, and everybody says, oh, God, Jesus Christ. No one wants to see him. It wasn't that bad, but I could feel it, I just want to say, I don't understand these fucking bands that sell millions and millions of fucking records, yet you cannot find one person that will admit that they're a fan, right? All you guys right now who are nodding your heads going, oh, yeah, they're so fucking lame. Scroll through your fucking phone right now. Go to the C's. Go down to CO. You're going to find, you got one song. Admit it. You must have one song, right? What's that one? Their first hit. I was like, it's fine. Da, da, da. Look at me face as I walk down the beach with all the things you do. And it was all yellow. I married a chick, she had yellow hair. I didn't wear a condom, and now we're fucking divorced. And I'm still paying child support. Does he pay child support to her, or is it the other way around? That's a close one. What's the name of that broad there that he married? Huh? She looks fucking moody. All those good-looking chicks that do fucking yoga, they're fucking basket running the other direction. And they have like those stones that are for their chi, and they put them around the fucking house, and they think it makes them spiritual. You just got to get the fuck away from them. Anybody with a yoga room and is at least an 8 as far as being good looking, you just got to get the fuck away from them. They're too good looking to be spiritual. You know what I mean? You've never had to buy a drink for yourself in your life. I don't give a fuck how much yoga you do. You're not going to be able to have any sort of self-analysis. Like, I don't think the thought of, maybe I was being a cunt there. I don't think that ever fucking goes through your head. So I got to commend that guy in Coldplay for not writing a lot of angry songs. He just kind of has doesn't he just have nice songs? I think that's the big problem with that band. It's just nice, right? These things generally in a good mood. The guy seems like a happy guy. That makes you pretty hateable. You know what I mean? But if you put on a fucking flannel jacket, right, dressed like a lumberjack, mocking that hard work as you go fucking sitting around eating your goddamn M&Ms in your green room. You come out and you sing some miserable song, everybody likes you. All right? The fuck's that guy's name there sang all those songs? Nirvana, right? That Kurt Cobain, man. Yeah, I really wish he didn't kill himself so I could trash him more. Fucking guy. I wish I was like you. Easily amused. Hey, Kurt, you don't fucking know me. Go fuck yourself. What the fuck you think I'm doing? Staring at a dreidel over here? All amazed that it keeps spinning? When this shit came out, I was like, is it me? Or is this guy the most condescending cunt ever? He comes out, their first fucking video, he's making fun of tap-on solos like he could do it. He just didn't feel like doing it. Sorry. These are just the ramblings of a man who saw the beginning, the middle, and the end of hair metal, and he took it all seriously. And that goddamn Nirvana. I just sounded like Giamatti in that fucking Howard Stern movie. Howard Stern. That goddamn motherfucker. Me and DeRosa rewound that like 15 times. In the end of the movie when like Pig Vomit's career is just completely in the shitter and he's like standing outside and he's just dumbfounded at the success that Howard's had. He's just, Howard Stern. He just kind of looks away. That goddamn motherfucker. Anyways, I'm just saying, how about in 2016? There's so many real things out there to get your passion up about. I don't think you should go around hating Coldplay. Oh, that poor bastard. That poor bastard got married to a beautiful woman that did yoga. Oh, my God. It's over. It's fucking over. Ugh. Some of the most self-involved fucking human beings you're ever going to find in your life are going to be in that fucking stinky-ass yoga room. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to take a class this week. No, my wife, she's staying with it, man. 7 days in, she's going to try to do yoga this whole fucking month, right? And she actually asked me, I can't remember if she asked me on the podcast, but she asked me, she goes, you want to go to one of my yoga classes? And I was like, no. I was like, I'll do yoga, but I like doing it here at the house. You know what I mean? Where like if I feel like stopping doing yoga, I can just hit pause on the audio, go out and have some cereal and then come back and just immediately fast forward to the closing poses. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. I just hate how when you fucking go in there, they act like they have just the keys to happiness all the time, And there's not one picture of anybody on the wall, with these testimonies going like, I was a really miserable cunt. And then I went down and I took fucking Sally Struthers yoga class here. And I don't know, she was just rambling and I was in down dog and all of a sudden it just clicked. And I have been so happy ever since, I'm not saying yoga's overrated. I just don't need the chatter from the instructor. Just tell me the next fucking pose to do and tell me to breathe. Okay? Stop with your goddamn philosophies. You ever watch a cooking show and they just get off on these fucking tangents? It's like, will you just tell me the next ingredient? I don't even know where basil comes from and how they used to bring it over in wooden ships. I don't give a fuck. Right? It comes from Basel, Romania, which is how it got its name. Do you know the amount of people that are actually going to fucking waste their time tweeting me that there's no such thing as Basel, Romania? As if I don't know that city is not in Italy. What somebody did to me the other day? I talk so much shit on this podcast. Like when people give me shit for stuff that I say, half the time I can't remember what they're talking about. So somebody twittered at me and said, they said, so I guess I supported something. Okay. For whatever reason, they took my rambling seriously and they said, supporting blah, blah, blah. And he said something, do your homework next time you support blah, blah, blah. Right. And then had a link. See, right out of the gate, I'm always like, who the fuck is this fucking asshole coming at me with that tone? You do your homework. Like I work for you, you cunt. Right. So he goes, do your homework. And whatever I said about something, his homework was he sent me a link to an article in the New York Times. So that was his homework. He fucking looked at one periodical that leans completely one way politically. Right? The old liberal fucking New York Times. So like, and I feel like I'm a liberal, right? But I would never just read the New York Times and just be like, well, there you go. That's evidently what's happening. Do you know how dumb that is? That would be like listening to this podcast and taking it seriously and wasting the fucking 3 minutes of your life to tweet me. Jesus, Bill, did you bring it all back around, you fucking old school cunt? Maybe I did. How about Von Miller, huh? You ever see a more deserving fucking MVP? He mugged Cam Newton. He came right in, fucking Cam Newton back to pass. Give me that fucking thing, right? He just ripped it right out of his fucking hands. Having said that, I think Cam Newton's definitely gonna be back and he's gonna win a ring. And I said that I tweeted that and everybody was like, oh, everybody said that about fucking Dan Marino, right? Their default fucking quarterback to shit on. Cam Newton actually has a fucking running game. He actually has receivers. He actually has a fucking unbelievable defense and a fucking contemporary coach. Dan Marino had none of those things. He had the receivers. Dupa and Clayton, right? I'm not going to go through this again, okay? Just look up running backs from 1983 to 1999 during Dan Marino's fucking career. I told you, Delvin Williams, Tony Nathan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the football player. He never had his Edgerrin James, his Tony Dorsett. He never had that. Man, never had that shit, okay? I'm not saying Cam Newton has that, but he has enough of a fucking team around him. Whatever. Keep talking shit. You wait. Cam Newton will be back. He needed that as a youngster. He had to feel that fucking awful, this is what it feels like to lose this fucking game. You know? You watch the next time he goes out there. He's going to fucking, I don't know what he's going to do. Bill, you don't know what the fuck he's going to do. You guessed and you guessed right. Right? Last year you thought Seattle was going to win and the fucking Patriots. Well, you thought your own fucking team was going to lose. All right, let me read a little bit of advertising. Let me stumble through some advertising here as I attempt to read out loud. All right, where the fuck are we? All right. Oh, this isn't it. Oh, this isn't it. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, Jesus. It's that time of year. It's that time of year when you can say, get me some chocolate-covered strawberries, Sherry's berries, everybody. Look, if you want to get us some fucking chocolates, just get us some chocolates. You know what I mean? You know what? I've actually waited too long. There's a fucking place in South Dakota that has like the best fucking Deadwood, that has some of the most insane fucking chocolates you're ever going to get. You know? You could do that, but it's too late now. So just remember that for next year. Okay, guys, if you want to win our heart back. Pro Flowers, Valentine's Day is this weekend. Oh, God, here we go again. Only XX days away. I love how they think I'm going to do the math. 6 days away. I did it for you. Huh? Tired of guessing wrong what she wants each Valentine's Day? See, you see what's in that copy right there? Oh, yeah, she didn't like, you got her a gift and what? She didn't like it, so then what? She didn't blow you? Jesus Christ, why doesn't she just crank one of those music grinders and you dance around with a little monkey hat on? This is, I don't like any of this shit. All right, Valentine's Day, Pro Flowers. At Pro Flowers, they're here to take the guesswork out of it. Yeah, in case you couldn't figure out getting her flowers. Valentine's Day, trust the experts at Pro Flowers who give you the confidence that Valentine's Day is done right. Pro Flowers is offering my listeners and anybody else in the universe a dozen red roses plus a free vase, glass vase, and chocolates for just $29.99. Uh-oh. They're moving in on Sherry Barry's turf. Or really do it right and upgrade to the romantic long stem roses with a premium vase, chocolates, and a spa kit for just $9.99. Sorry, go to proflowers.com and use my code Burr. Sorry, I was just thinking, is anything worse when a woman tries to be sexy and she isn't, and she puts a long stem rose and she tries to do that Beyonce diva stomp over towards you? You know? She looks like she's in physical therapy. Don't wait until this weekend. Send them to her this week. When her coworkers gush over her gift, you know you did Valentine's Day right. Pro Flowers is quick, easy, and delivery for Valentine's Day is guaranteed. Pro Flowers are guaranteed to last 7 days and your money back. It's a no-brainer. Like you give a shit after 5 days. Can't beat the price and convenience. Pro Flowers takes the care out of the detail. Go to proflowers.com. Click on the blue microphone in the top right-hand corner and type in Burr. B-U-R-R. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone and type in my code Burr. Flowers and chocolates. There you go. Shut your goddamn fucking cake hole full the next goddamn year. All right, I'll read the rest of these later. Look at my face, I got you some flowers and a box of chocolate, and you won't blow me. What the fuck do I have to fucking do? What the fuck is the rest of my shit here? I just don't understand where it goes. Where the fuck does it go? It should be right behind, and it always just disappears. This is really annoying me. Oh, God, is that another fucking celebrity on the goddamn stump for a political candidate? Why do celebrities do that? It just makes me not want to vote for the person. Oh, look, the creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to tell me why I should vote for fucking that fat guy in New Jersey, whatever the fuck his name is. He's got to have an H in his name. Like if I was on Wheel of Fortune, I just looked at his name. For some reason, H seems like a fat guy name, you know? Husky. Hash. Fat people eat hash. You know what I mean? You don't even know what, it's like a mystery meat and they just fucking scramble an egg on top of it. You know what's funny? I eat hash. Is that a side piece meal, or is that a fucking side meal, whatever the fuck you call it? Side dish? Is hash a side dish, or is that a fucking... I have no idea. So many fucking meals when I was growing up, I found later were side dishes. Like when I was growing up, mac and cheese was an entree. My mother would just make a big fucking tray of it, and then she'd make some toast, and it was the shit. The Kraft macaroni and cheese, it was frozen, right? She did the old right there, Fred, threw it right in the fucking stove, right? She made it like golden brown on top. She'd take it out, scoop it out. It's you, get the fuck out of my face, right? A little bit of toast, right? Buttering the toast the way old school moms did. Every fucking inch of the goddamn piece of toast had at least a quarter stick of fucking butter on it, Remember all those fucking meals from the 70s? Chicken a la king, chip beef on toast. I've talked about this before, haven't I? Green bean casserole was just mushroom soup, and they threw fucking green beans in it, just heated it up. That was the fucking worst, man. I hated green bean casserole. I always had a strategy. That was either beginning or end. Anytime there was green, I was either getting it out of the fucking way, or I was just going to put it off like a term paper. I swear to God, to this fucking day, man. It took me a long time to ever eat like mushroom soup again. Paul Virzi thinks mushrooms are useless. Tell that to the druggies, man. He doesn't like mushrooms. He doesn't like corn. And he doesn't like peas. How do you not like peas, man? There's something fucking wrong with you, right? If you got mashed potatoes, right, that are made right, okay, and then you take the spoon, right, and you mush it down, and then you take a big clump of butter, even though you already put butter in it, you drop it on there, you put salt and pepper on that, and then you got some peas right next to it. The fuck out of here. Paul Virzi. Why do I hang out with that guy? How do you hang out with somebody that doesn't like peas? God help that bastard if he ever goes to fucking Scotland, They're mushy peas. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about here. I got my car all fixed up, right? Got it all fixed up, got all the dents taken out of it, and I fucking backed into something yesterday. Not hard. And by something, I mean somebody else's car. Not hard, but hard enough. I just put a couple of hack marks. I didn't do anything to their car. They, of course, had a fucking SUV, so they're like a dentist or something. And it had like this fucking license plate holder thing that just dug right into my bumper, so it's already a little hacked up. But I don't know. What's funny? Ever since the Prius, right? I used to be really good at backing up and shit, but ever since they got like that backup camera, like I find myself not even looking anymore. I've become worse at it. You know what I mean? It's like when you start delegating power. You ever have a job and you just start delegating power, and then all of a sudden you're just sitting behind your desk and you're like, I really have nothing to do here. And then you look up and there's your superior standing there in the doorway. What are you doing today? You start shuffling some papers, and next thing you know, you get laid off, right? You just delegated enough fucking power. That's what I've done with that backup camera. I've delegated so much of my fucking senses to make sure I don't run over somebody. I really shouldn't say this, because if I ever fucking hit somebody, how bad would that be if they played my own podcast in court, right?
Your Honor, we'd like to submit into evidence Exhibit A, the podcast
from February the 8th, 2016, where he clearly states that the man does not even look behind his car when he backs up. Cleo, what's the matter? What's the matter, buddy? Do you know, is somebody here, Cleo? Who's here, Cleo? Who's here? Who's here, Cleo? Huh? You want to eat somebody? You're wagging your tail, though. You never know. All right, buddy, relax. Now they got you all amped up. Huh? Nia, is there somebody here? Yeah. You know what's funny about being married? Aside from the fact that you got to whisper on your own podcast sometimes just to make your day easier, it's just the ups and downs. You know what I mean? You can see it in your wife's eyes. Some days she knows why she marries you, married you. And then other days she's like, what the fuck did I hitch my wagon to? And I know it's early. I know it's early in the day, but I'm feeling like it's going to be one of those what the fuck did I marry day. Cleo, get up here. Come here. Get up here. Come on. How are you, buddy? Huh? Lay down. Could you lay down? Thank you. Jesus. Do you do anything easy, dude? The fucking thing just collapses down on me. Well, do your homework, man. All right, let's read a couple of questions here for this week. Was there anything else? Oh, I don't know. I was talking about celebrities. Talking about fucking candidates. It's like, why the fuck do you think I need... Like, I'm undecided, and then, like, the guy who created Jag comes on TV, or, like, one of the stars. You know, they're always out there fucking... I don't know, what do they do? What are you doing? You're an actor. You're a writer. The fuck do you know about running the country? Shut up. Stop ruining the candidate that I like. Right? I like Bernie Sanders because he reminds me of an old fucking club owner that I had. And when he gets mad and he starts screaming and yelling, this is a clip of him yelling at Alan Greenspan when he was running the Federal Reserve. And it's a classic fucking clip put on the fucking internet with like Bernie Sanders takes the fucking, you know, whatever, the fucking guy from the big bank there. I just said it. The Federal Reserve, yeah. He takes him to task, right? So he's reading the guy the Riot Act. And it's this amazing clip. And right when it goes for the other guy to respond, the fucking thing ends. It's like, well, I want to hear what the other guy said. Why am I yelling this week? I want to hear what the other guy says. You know? What kind of a fucking dope just watches that clip and then doesn't try to find, you know, what the guy from the Federal Reserve said? Right? The guy should at least be able to you know, point, counterpoint. It's kind of like that cunt who sent me that thing, like, oh, do your homework. And he just sends me the thing from the fucking New York Times. I like the New York Times. But I would never just read something that they said and be like, oh, well, there you go. Shit. That's all I need to know. Isn't that right, Cleo? A little exhale into the mic. I've been doing really good about keeping my energy low, trying to, around the dog, to get her to be a little more mellow. You're still trying to eat the guests. Am I torturing you guys with the fucking thing? You know what? That's the only Coldplay song I know. I know there's some other ones. I'd go see those guys in concert, you know what I mean? Watching some soccer moms losing their fucking minds. Huh? Doing some fucking dance moves from the fucking... Well, wait a minute. They'll actually be younger than me. The hell am I talking about? I think I need to shut the fuck up. You know, I think in general, Bill. I think in general, you might need to shut the fuck up. No, I'm actually psyched because I was trying to write this thing and I just kept procrastinating. All right, Cleo, I'll see you. I kept procrastinating. I finally just said, fuck it. And I just broke it down into 3 segments. And over the course of like 4 days, I was able to finish it. And now it's fucking done. And it's like this giant weight off my chest. And I don't have to do shit today. And, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm actually bringing my truck over. My old truck. I found this spare tire assembly. You know, a lot of them don't have it. Or at least mine didn't have it. And I was able to find it. It was off this guy's F-250 that he was going to fix up. I just kept offering him money for it. He goes, nah, I don't want to get rid of it. And I finally way overpaid for it, and I got it. And they powder coated it, whatever the fuck that means, didn't match my truck and everything. So finally, I'm actually going to have a spare tire underneath the fucking thing the way it's supposed to. And, that's my fucking day. That's all I got to do today. You know why? Because I sat down and I got that fucking thing done. Although the door locks in my fucking house, I still haven't done. I bought the premium paint remover and epoxy remover, whatever the fuck that is. I got my little brush. I'm going to try to get that fucking lock out today. Because I told you I got this old ass house, as I've mentioned a zillion times, and I want the interior door locks to work because I think it would be fucking hilarious if, when I left one time, if I locked all the fucking doors in the house and then somebody broke into my house and every fucking room they had to try to break down another door. They just go to turn it. They're just like, fuck, man, this door's locked. Let's go around the other side. Fuck. You know? 10 minutes in, they're not even trying to be quiet. And we were like, dude, what the fuck? The fuck does this guy got in there? Right? And then he goes in, and I just have, a bunch of fucking hats and free T-shirts from fucking comedy shows. There's such an intelligence to just not having really anything of value in your house. You know what I mean? I got a couple of fucking like antique tables and shit like that, stuff that I kind of like, but who the fuck's gonna steal that? Little cat burglar coming out with a fucking table on his back. They like the fucking, they like the little shit. They come in wearing their yoga pants, right? Rappelling down from the fucking roof. I just think it would be hilarious. Who's getting who? The ultimate thing is if you had like security in your fucking house, right? And somebody comes in, right? And they get to that certain point. I know I've seen this in movies. And all of a sudden there's just that metal thing comes down. So then they can't leave. Just right. And they're sitting there fucking panicking. You know what I mean? I always thought that would be great. And then like, I was thinking like in like a giant room, right? When they're in the living room or some shit, like all of a sudden they can't fucking get out and they're freaking out. Then they're just sitting there. And they think worst case scenario is that the cops are showing up and they're going to get fucking arrested. And they're kind of mentally giving themselves into that. And then you just like, you have like a cobra, right? And you just fucking let it in the room. Generally speaking, those things aren't that fast. You just have it, just maybe you defang the fucking thing. Well, that's cruelty to animals, right? But it's a reptile. They're not really animals, right? No, you don't. You just let the fucking thing come in there, just showing the hood. Nobody can fucking hiss like a goddamn reptile, man. You ever go to those alligator farms when you're down in Florida? You know what I mean? And first of all, you're looking at the people who go in there, and you're like, dude, half of these people have murdered somebody and fed their victim to one of these fucking things. I mean, just Florida is just, especially in the northern part of Florida, I mean, it just gets really fucking shady. But when you hear those fucking things, when they hiss at each other, Jesus Christ. I mean, it just taps into back. I think that's just shit that's left over from when you were a caveman. You know what I mean? Like, just like, I can't even explain that. Like, when where the fuck was I? I can't remember. I went to a classic one, too. I think it was just outside of Tampa. No, maybe no. It was right up the road in Miami or just south. It's that one that has the alligator mouth that you walk right into, right? And I heard that thing fucking hiss. And, dude, from that tip of my head to the end of my toe, tip of my toes to the top of my head, I fucked that up. It just went just fucking like, I can't explain the feeling. Just that feeling when you lean back in a chair and you almost fall. Like, my entire body did that. And the thing was way far away from me. And I knew logically that it couldn't get to me. But I still think that from all those years of when we just walked around living in caves, that your body's just still trained that if it hears that fucking noise. That reminds me when I saw this three-toed sloth one time. I was in Costa Rica, right? And we were taking this zip line tour. It was like the most northern tip of the fucking rainforest. And the guide, these fucking trees were unbelievable. It was like I felt like we were 150 feet in the air. And we weren't even mid-tree. You looked up, it was like another 300 feet above you. It was fucking unbelievable. It was other than the fact that we were there, doing a zip line tour and shit and had cell phones and stuff, it was a fucking paradise. So this guy did it every day, so he knew where this three-toed sloth was. And he looked up and he made this noise of, I forget what the bird is called. It's not an albatross, but it does begin with an A and has a giant wingspan. And they're not even in that area anymore because we killed all of them. But to this day, he imitates it. And the second he fucking imitated the thing, the fucking three-toed sloth just like got up and started fucking looking around and then looked down at us like, dude, what the fuck? Just like, dude, don't do that. It's not funny, right? Because I guess those birds are so fucking big that they would swoop down into the trees. And with their talons, they would just basically grab these fucking monkeys and just yank them out of the tree, and you're just completely fucked. Jesus Christ, those poor things, man. What a fucking way to go. Can you imagine being that fucking slow? Actually, I can. I'm a classic white guy. Can't jump, can't fucking run fast, none of that shit, right? Doesn't understand dancing by men, anyways. don't even care if you're good at it. I don't even care if you're good at it. I just don't get it. It just makes me laugh. When I see a man dancing, it just makes me fucking laugh. I'm sorry. It's really immature, and I need to grow up when it comes to that, but I'm just being honest. So anyways, I just can't imagine being that fucking thing. Like as slow and as fucking awful as I am, I just can't imagine if there was... Can you imagine if there was just some giant bird and you were on its fucking menu and you lived outside in fucking trees where birds are? Jesus fucking Christ. And the amount of times you just sitting there as a three-toed sloth, just chilling, talking to a buddy of yours, going like, hey, man, what do you think of the next couple of days? Maybe, maybe we could go to that branch over there? And your buddy's sitting there talking to you, being like, oh, man, maybe like next Thursday. And all of a sudden, and this fucking thing just grabs your friend. And you think your friend is just fucking gone. Just gone. You just see him disappear. No! Whatever monkeys do. You know. And then you're fucking sitting there. Like, what the fuck? Right? Your heart racing like you just did some blow, but you only got the speed of a fucking three-toed sloth. And you just sit there with the other three-toed sloths doing what? Just looking at each other like, you know, thank God that wasn't me, but what the fuck? Please make it quick. Just fucking slice the thing's neck already. Sorry, man. I just had a lot of empathy when I saw that. The way the fuck it's almost like you had to see the fucking thing's face. When he made that noise, when he fucking looked around and then looked down and saw that it was us, you should have seen the look on this fucking thing's face. It was just like, I swear to God, if it could have shit on us, it would have. And you know what? We would have deserved it. Well, at least the guy who did it would have. All right, enough about three-toed sloths. Let me get into fucking reading here. Why do I always have to fucking do this? Type in my fucking password. Hey, does anybody know how do I get my computer to fucking link up with iTunes? I actually watched a video on it. The kid's going, yeah, you go right over here and you click on this thing, and it's like, I didn't have that. I must have a different version than him. All right, here we go. Let's get into some of the reads here. Or should I just finish with the advertising? Let's just finish the advertising. Let's get the fucking bullshit out of the way first, and then we'll get into some of the questions for the week. All right, I already did plural flowers. All right, let's get to the questions for this week. Okay, trusting water. Hey, Billy Filterface. I like that one. Don't trust drinking water. I don't trust drinking water. He goes, my friends think I'm nuts. They always point to the fact that public drinking water is tested time and time again. Now this Flint, Michigan fiasco, it surfaced that officials lied about testing, did slow drip tests from faucets in order to get lower levels of whatever horseshit shouldn't have been there to begin with, and even wrote it off because most complaints were coming from minorities. Dude, how do you do that and go to sleep at night? How do you do that? How do those companies that do that fracking? And I'm not saying, I don't know anything about fracking, but, you know, I've seen that in some cases it's fucked up the drinking water. How do you not go, oh, my God, we fucked up. What do we do here? Oh, my God, we like so fucked up. I'm the worst. But how do you, I don't know how the fuck you do that. The best water comes in glass and is fresh from a natural spring that doesn't neighbor a Dow chemical plant. I stick to this as much as possible. I know I'm not nuts. I saw civil action with John Travolta in the theater once. I saw about 20 years ago, and it's haunted me since. What's your level of trust when it comes to water, and what kind of water do you drink? Thanks for the Thursday podcast. Love the music. That's Andrew Themelis. Go check in on yourself. All right. I don't know. What is my feelings on it? Yeah, it's probably a scam or whatever. I really feel that I try to be as healthy as I can. I have this weird thing where, you know, I'm trying to be healthy and live as long as I can, while I also feel that, like, most people on earth dying would be a great thing. Because I just think we're just putting too much stress on on the natural resources. I believe that personally. I do. Now, have I read enough? No. Do I know what I'm talking about? No. It's just what I do. What you guys do. I get a little bit of information and I just run with it in my brain. and then someone reprimands me on fucking Twitter. Do your homework, man. I actually had an acting gig with one person one time, and they actually got their water delivered, and rather than being in those giant plastic fucking things that you got to tip upside down, they actually were in glass, anything tastes better in a glass. It always does. Beer in a bottle tastes better than beer in a can. Personally, I feel it does. But as far as where they get the water, I don't think it matters as long as they fucking treat it, right? Does it? It can't. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I try to drink water as much as I can when I'm not fucking boozing. But no, I don't have any faith in anything anymore. I don't. I went to this little fancy fucking pet store today to get my dog some food, and they were like, "Are you in our system?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And they go, "Okay, just so you know, whenever you want to be in the system, well, you get a 5% discount every time." And I just want to be like, "Yeah, and what do you get out of it? What do you get out of it? You know, you sell my fucking information to somebody?" And they always go, "Well, no, we don't." Well, I know you don't. Why would you do that? Why would you just give me a 5% fucking discount forever? That means you're either marking the shit up. There's no fucking way. Nobody goes out of their way to fucking make 5% less on some shit. You know, forever. I could say, hey, we're having a sale. You get people in there, and hey, they kind of get used to going to the store, and then you phase it out. You get 5% off every fucking time. You know? I think being a paranoid cunt works. It really does. Except sometimes in relationships it isn't. I said, who is he? He was just a guy at the post office. I gave him the mail. All right, turn-offs. Hey, Billy Buttercups. My friend and I were having a discussion about what turns us off about girls. The usual gross things and physical appearance things came up. I threw out there, yeah, and I hate it when girls throw themselves at you, with the disclaimer that if you're equally as into the girl, it's not a problem. What do you think about this? Is it me, or does it feel weird when a girl just puts it all out there? You said out there and starts casually mentioning her vag because she thinks it's going to interest you or something. Some of my friends thought I was nuts. The others sort of agree. Thanks, and go crush yourself. It all depends. It all depends on the person. You know what I mean? Generally speaking, if you just meet somebody, you know, and you have no idea who they are, and they just start throwing themselves at you, you know, and you look how I look, you're like, I don't think this is her first rodeo. It makes me nervous. That would make me very nervous as far as like, what's that Beach Boys song? She's been around all over town, oral copulates on only the third day. I would, I can see what that would freak you out. But if, you know, I don't know. She's like in her 30s, and she's just like, look, I'm not looking for a relationship. Just want to kind of, you know, just kind of be fuck buddies here. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. That's what I do too. I go, yeah, you know, that always turns the ladies on. Nothing gets them turned on like cracking your voice. Yeah. Does that feel good? That just made me completely forget what I was going to say. Oh, fuck. I had a funny story, too. God damn it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, you know, I don't like when women try to be dominant either. You know what I mean? They just, I don't know. They get on top of you and they're like grabbing your wrists. And they got that stupid look on their face, and you're just thinking like, you know, if I wanted to, I could just throw you off the bed. Not for nothing, but if you're into it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying here. If it's all how they do it. If they just coming up confident they're into you, yeah. But if they just start talking about their fucking hoo-ha, yeah, a lot of it is the same. It'd be like for a woman, if a guy just came out and he just flops his dick on the bar. Huh? Who wants it? Come and get it. Yeah, I would think that would turn anybody off. All right, global warming scam. All right. Global warming scam. Okay, this is like something that people keep sending me. and they keep sending it to me as if my opinion has any sort of scientific background. I'm just basing it on scientists. That's all I'm basing it on. And that fucking 2.5 times the size of Texas and 2 miles deep swirl of garbage in the fucking Pacific Ocean. That how just about every fish has some degree of plastic in their fucking system. Okay, but none of that has to do with temperature. Love your show. It's really refreshing to hear someone in show business actually talk about some very important social pertinent things. When the fuck do I ever do that? Like what, football? Three-toed sloths? Flopping your dick on the bar? These are important to you? I agree with everything you talk about on your show. I don't need you to. He goes, except, or she says, he or she, except global warming. The global warming scam is another system of control. I agree we should stop using oil and coal. These carbon sources are highly polluting and release toxins and mercury into the biosphere, but this has nothing to do with global warming. I know you love documentaries. God, can you guys just stop being maybe I'm taking it in a cunty way. I know you love documentaries. God knows you don't read. He's probably right. Look up global warming swindle on YouTube. A little taste into the global warming rat hole. There's a ton of other information on the web that exposes this bullshit scam. Good luck and looking forward to hear what you have to say about this. See, I don't get that. I'm supposed to just look up a bunch of shit that all agrees with the other side and then the other side's wrong? That's like me saying to you, look up all this shit about global warming and how we're affecting the climate. And I'm looking forward to see what you have to say. I would think that the fact that in France, all the leaders of the world just got together with all these scientists and all that, and even on the right, who have been saying it's bullshit from day one. From day one, they were saying it's fucking bullshit. Even they finally came out and they said, yeah, we are affecting it. And then they were like, but it's too late to do anything now. Like, that's what they came out with. So why would they be doing that? Wait a minute. You're saying that they're doing it to try to control us. That's such a long way to go, isn't it? Can't they just control us by scaring the shit out of us? The normal way? Like, oh, there's this group of people that doesn't have planes or a boat, and they're coming over here to get us. Like they've been doing for 15 fucking years. Can't they just do that? I'll watch those things, but I would like to know who paid for those, who financed those documentaries. Because if they're companies that are getting attacked for it, there's obviously, getting attacked for the pollutants that they're putting into the atmosphere, then, they could be going, well, we need to get this off of us by putting the real information out there. But generally speaking, I as a rule, I don't believe corporations. I just don't. People in general. I mean, I'm full of shit, right? Why the fuck would I believe? I'll watch it. You know what? You know what? This is the thing. I actually hope you're right. Because then I can have a lot less guilt and just go out and buy some fucking goddamn V8, man. Get out there and fucking drive around, do some donuts. P.S. Global warming carbon credits are controlled by the same crooked bankers that are fucking up the world economy. Well, I kind of think like the bankers, don't they control everything? They kind of own everything, right? Are we still making payments on the White House? Do they have to refinance that? I know it burned down in the 1800s. Who knows? New girlfriend bullied by friend's girlfriend. Okay, so your new chick gets bullied by whose friend? Well, I guess I got to read it. All right. I wanted your advice on something minor, yet difficult for me to figure out on how to approach. I've just done pretty well for myself getting a beautiful girl recently. Like she's physically attractive and has an ass I could balance a beer on. Good for you. Anyway, our friend group is a pretty good size, even though some of our friends have moved 30 minutes to an hour away. But a problem came up recently. A friend of mine from out of town recently came by with his girlfriend, and after a night out of drinking, my girlfriend informed me his girlfriend bullied her and treated her like shit in high school. All All right, well, that was a long time ago. Oh, that's the next thing. He goes, I told her that was a long time ago. That's what I would have said. He goes, we're 26 now, and that she should try to approach her, to which she replied that when the girl in question said hello to me, she looked at her and just walked away. Told her that was a long time ago. Wait. And that she should approach her. To which my girlfriend replied that when the girl in question said hello to me, she looked at her and just walked away. Wait, who walked away? That when the girl in question said hello to me, dude, I don't know who's saying what here. She also told me her high school was quite small and the girl in question and many others made it hell for her. Here's my question for the freckled fucko of LA. How would you approach this situation? Keep in mind, I'm not the best of buds with the dude. We're just in the same friend circle. Well, what happened? You're 26. You're probably going to see her like what, once every couple of fucking weeks? Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I would just look at her and just be like, hey, can you stop fucking making a big deal out of nothing? Huh? Before I stick your fucking head and I stick it in the cupboard. You start bullying her. I don't know what I would do. I would just be like, I would just say, look, you're 26 years old. High school ended 8 years ago. I just let it go because she doesn't give a fuck. Bullies never remember the shit that they did to you. And she's probably jealous because you're beautiful with an ass she can balance a drink on, right? That's probably what it is. I don't know. In the meantime, why don't you take some jiu-jitsu classes? All right? Little Israeli fucking martial arts. I always want to take that shit, you know? Little jiu-jitsu and then that fucking Israeli, whatever that Israeli martial arts shit is. The fuck is that shit called? I don't even fucking know. I always just thought, like, that shit is just like, you know, because of the level, the stakes going on over there. Like, there's no, I guess they're all official. I don't know fucking shit about fighting, but I just felt like that would be the shit, you know, just because of where Israel is and how they never have planes get hijacked or anything. They just got shit on lockdown. You would think that their martial arts would definitely be a lot of interesting, I would think, eye gouging, just fucking, you take your fucking index and your middle finger and you just fucking, they probably know how to do that MacGruber throat snatch thing, you know? Snatching throats. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not good at that shit, dude. If you haven't noticed, I don't know a lot about women. I really don't. Like, I grew up, you know, with way too many, it was not balanced. You know what I mean? It was not, it was just fucking, I don't know. To this day, it's still, I mean, I had all brothers for the most part. And then the dog was a fucking boy. You know what I mean? It was just total overload of testosterone. And then my mom, and we lived up on a busy street. So we just all interacted with each other. And, this is one of those fucking, that's one of those chick moments where I'm just really bad. I'm just like, well, did she try to punch you? Did she ever beat you up before? Then, like, what's the fucking problem? Just tell her to go fuck herself, right? You don't understand. You don't get it. God, it's so frustrating. I know it's not you. I know you're trying, and I appreciate that. I just feel like... And they start talking to me, and I sit there, and I'm nodding, and I'm listening, and just over their shoulder, there's a TV with a game on. And I start looking at it, looking at them. Yeah. Start acting like I'm rubbing my forehead, you know, blocking their view of one of my eyes so I can look at the fucking TV. I start doing that shit, and then eventually I get busted, and then they get mad. You don't even care. Anyways, if you would like to donate to this podcast, it's very easy to do. It won't cost you any money. It just costs you an extra couple of clicks of your index finger. You just go to BillBurr.com and you click on the podcast page. There's a link to Amazon. Next time you want to buy something on Amazon, you can do this. You just click on it, and I get credit for driving traffic to Amazon. And if you buy something, they kick me a couple of bucks or whatever. And then I used to kick it to this fucking charity. The people sent me enough shit that said it was a scam, so now I give it to St. Jude. St. Jude's. That's what I try to do. I give a portion of the proceeds. Well, what portion, Bill? We talking like an NFL portion? No, way better than the NFL. I take 10% and I throw it to the fucking to St. Jude's. All right, that's pretty good, right? Considering fucking the NFL does what? What do? They do like 3% of that $100 jersey, and then they give it to the pink lady, so she can go out and get herself a pink Cadillac. All right, that's the podcast for this week, everybody. Once again, congratulations to the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning. It was so fucking great to see that guy go out a winner, man. I did not want to see him, you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't want to see him get fucking. I didn't want to see him get his fucking ass kicked to get on a Super Bowl. I really did not want to see that. And my condolences to the Panther fans. You know, you guys had a hell of a season. Riverboat Ron, is that his name? Someone's tweeted me, said, is that the best fucking nickname in sports? I didn't even know the guy's name, to be honest with you. But I saw him on the sideline at one point in the second quarter, and I said to my buddy, I go, that guy looks like the winning coach of a Super Bowl. That's what I felt like when I saw the guy. So obviously you guys are going to be back. A lot of times you get there and you don't win it the first time, and then you remember what that feeling's like, and then you come back. And I don't know. You guys should be all right. You'll get one, right? Look at old Peyton Manning. He fucking hung in there. He got one. John Elway came in there. Denver's the fucking place to go for old fucking quarterbacks to get one more. What do you guys think? Do you think he retires? He should. He should. There's already rumors that he's going to be coming out here to the Los Angeles Rams, you know, which would be very Joe Namath. Joe Willie. Joe Willie ended. That's a good fucking quiz. Huh? You name Hall of Fame quarterbacks and teams that they ended with. Joe Namath ended with the Rams. Johnny Unitas ended with San Diego, I believe. It's hard, man. Once they fucking disappear and they go off the fucking radar. Let's pick another one here. Drew Bledsoe. Who did he finish with? Drew Bledsoe went to the Bills, then he went to the Cowboys, and I want to say he went somewhere else. Brett Favre, where did he end? Vikings. Who was going to go to the Vikings at the end of his career at the last second, said, fuck that, I'm not doing it, and was a smart move. I mentioned him earlier. Dan Marino. Dan Marino had an offer, and he said, no, fuck it, I'm not doing it. And what's great is all of his highlights, he's wearing the Dolphins uniform. He doesn't have that sad, the last team I fucking played for uniform. Emmitt Smith, where did he finish? Huh? Arizona. Franco Harris, Seattle Seahawks. You know what? I think I invented a good drinking game. Right? You just go through, then somebody's got to look it up, and that means somebody knows all the answers. You know what? I think I just thought I had a great idea, but I didn't. All right, go fuck yourselves. I'll check in on you on Thursday.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back. I love when you do that.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey, Bill, take the reins. It's all you.
No. I love when you do it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Anything Better podcast show with your hosts, me, Paul Virzi over here, Bill Burr over there.
How you doing?
We got the Greek freak, Andrew Themlis, and, of course, the newest addition to the show this year, Jake the Snake, out there from a disclosed area with all of his knowledge.
Hot take, Jake. He's
take,
clean-shaven, too, the week of the Super Bowl. You know why? All those NFL heads. He had to go into the casino. He had to go over to the Tangiers. Let him know what he thought about the games.
Yeah, he took his glasses off so they weren't scared of him.
That's right. They got him in the book. He's banned. He's banned over there. How much he fucking beats the book up.
All right, everybody. Before we get started, we got to obviously shout out our great sponsor. It's BetMGM, everybody, and you guys know how to do it. There's something really cool right now. If you bet $5, you get 158. I don't know why they picked 158 for $5, but that's what they did.
Analytics.
Yeah, it's analytics. Place your first bet with BetMGM Sportsbook wager in your mobile application, at least $5. You'll receive $158 instantly in winnings, regardless of your wager's outcome. You download the BetMGM app from BetMGM.com. You sign up, you deposit $5, in your newly created account. Place a wager in the amount of at least $5 at standard odds price. Once you place the bet, you receive 158 in bonus bets, regardless of the outcome of your wager. And Andrew, that bonus code is Burr, B-U-R-R, or they added numbers to that. What are we doing?
Andrew, asleep at the wheel. Counting his trust fund money.
Oh, his mic is out.
You're muted.
He's having a rough day. I mean, this kid.
It's Burr.
Okay. B-U-R-R, $5 gets you 158 in bonus bets. I mean, listen, the 1 week there's no NFL, our producer's out there. He's out there in Beverly Hills. He's got his feet up. Don't think I didn't see that drink.
Those trust fund kids don't get up till noon. The show always throws them off.
He's like, yeah, there's no game this week. I could.
It's Beverly Hills time. He's walking the flats with his little French bulldog.
All right, Bill, we're not going to obviously pick the game because we're doing that live at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the MGM Grand on Friday night. But what are your initial thoughts here? My
initial thoughts are the Kansas City Chiefs are getting points. What am I, crazy? It's the biggest gift I've ever seen in my life. Until somebody stops these guys. And I am so excited, Paul, to be going to this game because I'd never seen Patrick Mahomes live. All right, Paul? And I don't hate on greatness. If this guy gets his third ring, it's like I'm watching greatness here.
You know, I got to be honest. That kind of hurt me, man. That hurt me because I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say, this is the first Super Bowl I'm going with my dear buddy. We never did this. We've been to Kentucky Derby. And you went right to
Paul,
you.
I've been texting you all week on how much fun are we going to have?
I'm kidding.
Okay, can we make it about Patrick Mahomes just for 1 second before I get back to you?
No.
Yeah, I just think on paper, you got a team being led by, they're evenly matched. I mean, the spread is very small. And the way the game is and the way the rules there are, it's definitely pro offense. They want offense. Paul, they want points. They want DJs. They want Taylor Swift. They're trying to expand their brand. So you got to look at the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy. Okay, they're not even in the same class at this point. I'm not saying Brock Purdy can't get there someday. Who knows? Who knows, Paul? Maybe Patrick Mahomes is Kurt Warner, and this is a young Tom Brady, the greatest show on turf, and he knocks him off. But until then, Paul, my heart wants San Francisco, but my money, Paul, I got to go with Kermit the Frog and the Kansas City Chiefs. What happened, Paul? You're blurry there.
So I agree with everything you said.
And the biggest gangster in show business, Taylor Swift, killing Live Nation and all these guys.
Dude,
big fan.
A lot of place is going to be, let's be honest, place is going to be packed with talent. Don't forget, Usher's doing halftime. I heard he's bringing out Ludacris, Little John. I mean, it's going to be a spectacle. I can't get too hammered because I got a special to shoot in a couple weeks here. So I got to be.
So how does that work with you, Paul? With your women have to worry about period weight. Yeah. Guys, for us, that's alcohol. You go there and you have a couple, 2 or 3.
Well, the nice
thing
is
you go behind a dumpster afterwards? Do you go old school actress?
No. I haven't been drinking a lot and I haven't been smoking a lot. And I've kind of picking and choosing, but the Super Bowl is obviously.
And I've been crying every day.
I need this weekend. No. No. You know how it is.
Off the phones. We're not calling the wives.
Stacey, there was no service. I swear to God.
It's the Super Bowl. I mean, everybody's trying to feed in on the same.
Dude, the satellite was busted. Everybody.
Imagine how upset I was. Walking down the street with those giant, stupid drinks.
You didn't think I wanted to talk to you right before kickoff? No. So here's the deal. I'm trying to get the weight down. We're going to be going into saunas. We're going into steams.
Oh, yeah.
But I agree with everything you said, but I do have to say, I heard Peter Schrager say this on Good Morning Football, and I think he might be right. I think on paper, the 49ers are stacked more. It's just the defense of the
on paper, 49ers are stacked every freaking week, and they have yet to have a good playoff game.
It's true.
Okay, they fell behind 2 teams they should have kicked the shit out of. All right, and I know they came back, and everybody's all well at the end of the fucking day, but it's just like, well, Paul, what are we doing here?
The Lions.
It's like my Celtics, Paul. I'm telling you, I did not like that game against the Lakers when LeBron and AD didn't play.
I was at that game with my brother.
Yeah, and it's just like we didn't show up. We should have been like, great, you're not going to play. We're going to beat you by 30. Instead, be like, well, they're not there. Can't get the competitive pilot light to turn on. That's not the kind of team that's going to win a championship. We should have been in killer mode where, like, I don't care if your children are out here. We're stepping on them and we're dunking on them because you're wearing that Laker jersey. That's what should have happened. We should have came out with the same fucking passion as those players that came off the bench for the Lakers, trying to prove that they deserve to be there. They came to play basketball, Paul.
You know what?
We got the shit kicked out of us.
Dude, and you know who else came to play? You on this show today, because you were fired up, and now I see you sipping the coffee, and now I know why.
It's all PEDs, Paul. It's all PEDs.
No, you're.
And I will go in front of Congress, and I will talk about how podcasters are drinking way too much coffee. I'll go Rafael Palmeiro on them.
Here's one prop bet that I would bet. This would be a Virzi bet that I'm going to do in Vegas. I'm going to stack money on it. Our listeners, take it or leave it. I definitely think Mahomes is going for over 300 yards, and I think I'm going to put a significant amount of change on that.
Yeah, and Kelsey's going to be inexplicably wide open. And at some point, you just have to be like, this guy knows NFL defense, because you always sit there going, how is he that? Like, oh my God, Mahomes to Kelsey. What a surprise. How is he that open? And it's just, dude, I don't know, man. Some of these defenses, every week you just see it. Because he thought he had help over the top, and he didn't. You know, the quarterback looked the safety off, and there's just some A-list top-shelf wide receiver just going like this with nobody near him.
I think Kelsey is deceivingly fast and has wide receiver moves too. And I think he just knows how to get open, man. And I think him and Mahomes have that chemistry. Hey, Andrew, can we get Travis Kelce on the show in Friday night? I mean,
He's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, what's he doing? They got curfew. He'll be done. He'll be back in his hotel room at 8:30.
Game's not until Sunday.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, let's get Mahomes on there. Dude, I'm nuts with that big. I'd have to pick them if they came on the stage.
Paul Virzi's a fuck. I'm already picking them.
I know you are, and I am as of now, but there's a chance. I'm trying to think, man.
If somebody from the 49ers came on, I would just be respectful. It would be awkward.
We just changed.
Then I'd be protecting my money. Like, I don't want to tell this guy that I'm picking the Chiefs, because I don't want to turn on that competitive thing anymore.
Me and you were just fucking complete flip-floppers. Like, oh, and Brock Purdy's on the show, Brock. We were kidding. Of course we're going Niners.
Yeah, are you kidding me? It's a done deal. You're the next one.
Dude, you're number 13. What are you, nuts? Of course. We had to say that.
I think that's what I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to come down to the end, because that's the way all the games are now. None of the games are out of reach anymore. They have, I don't know what they've done, Paul, but every game is like, oh my God. And it's just like, oh my God, games did not. People used to get the shit kicked out of them on a regular basis, and games were over in the third quarter. And I'm finding that with the new rules and whatever's going on, Paul, with these mathletes crunching numbers, like every game is a heart attack game. It's great for fans. So I think that this is going to be no different.
Yeah, but there were some stinkers.
I just think in the end, Paul, in the end, they're going to go into the Make-A-Wish defense, concede a field goal, and then maybe they come down and score a touchdown. I don't know what. I like the Chiefs.
Yeah, dude.
Oh God, they're going to be doing that tomahawk chop at the game. Ugh.
Well, half of them are.
I know.
Shit, dude. I just had something. I had a good thought and I lost it.
It's so dumb. It's like, even if you're the most racist white guy ever, we committed genocide on Native Americans, and you're going to sit there and do that. I always said that it'd be like if Germany won and then they were going, oh, Eve, oh, Eve. It's some and they name a team after Jewish people.
Oh, I remember.
The Frankfurt Lipowitzes.
The last time they played, the 49ers were up 10 with 11 minutes and lost the game. It's going to be one of those games, dude. Christian McCaffrey is going to get the ball 30 times, but the defensive
now, what do you think? I honestly think that Pacheco neutralizes what Christian McCaffrey is going to do. And I don't think that he's at his level yet.
No, he's not.
But I would say, he's damn close. I mean, that's a nice sort of offset there. He can at least do 3/4 what that kid's going to do. I think Patrick Mahomes to Brock Purdy, it's not even a question.
I think the Chiefs' defensive line, too, is very good, underrated. Chris Jones, they're very good, man.
Yeah, linebackers okay, corners good enough. We'll see. I think it's going to be, it's going to be a bit of a lot of the games now, Paul. You know, it's like a shootout in the first half. You're like, wow, this game's going to go way over, and then in the second half, like 10 points is scored. Listen, Paul. At the end of the day, I'm a comedian. Okay, Paul. Yeah. All right. I had average success at a very low level in organized sports.
What's a prop bet you like? What do you like? What do you see happening? A player? What do you see? Purdy throwing 3, Mahomes throwing
I'm trying
3.
to picture the color of the Gatorade. And right now, my picks are orange, yellow, or for some reason.
You got that right 3 years ago. Our first year doing this. For some reason,
green came in.
You got that right the first year we did it. I believe you picked orange, and it was orange.
Yeah, and I did it in a Kansas City Chief game, too. What do I like? I don't know what I like. All I know is I like the Chiefs to go up early and 49ers to have to play catch up. If that's what it is, you're not catching that team. You're going to catch the Packers, Paul. You're going to catch the Lions. You're not catching these guys. So I'm hoping the 49ers go up early so I can watch Mahomes try to have some dramatic comeback and then see. I just want a great fucking game, Paul. That's all I want. Do you know what I'm seeing, Paul? I'm seeing 3 days with you. I'm seeing smoking cigars. I haven't had one since New Year's Day, Paul. You think I'm thinking about the game?
No, we'll think about the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Think about the game.
I'm not playing in the game. I don't need to think about the game. Paul, what say you? What say you about these prop bets?
I'm Mahomes over 300. Dude, I got this weird feeling, though. And it's down in my plums. No, I got this feeling.
Feel it down in my plums. Bluish hue.
I feel like the 49ers are hearing that, oh, can't go against Mahomes, can't go against Mahomes. And I feel like they just may come out and fucking, I don't know. Like there's something scratching me right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, Bill. I'm going to make my decision Friday night on stage.
I think people hear that every week and they want to fucking, shut him up and they just don't.
He's good, dude.
Dude, this game is just so fucking great because either Mahomes wins his third and you're like, he is the guy, or the 49ers shut him up. Question. Chiefs lose. Does Taylor Swift cry like that guy in Buffalo? I say she does not.
If they lose, she won't cry.
She won't cry.
But Mahomes' wife, ooh, that's going to be a wreck.
Oh, either way. Either way.
She goes, a lot of y'all, did you see that video?
She is the life of the party, that one.
She goes, a lot of y'all, she had her head tilted, you saw it? She goes, a lot of y'all picked against us. Yes, again. Dude, it was full on, like, she cries when she gets drunk with her friends.
I also think she's kind of, she's got that, like she should be managing wrestlers.
But she's so cool. Like I saw the documentary. She's so supportive of a wife. Like she's one of those like ride or die.
I'm so sick of women getting credit for supporting somebody ridiculously successful. Paul, you could do that. Go get him, Patrick. I believe in you.
What was that contract worth?
Yeah, it's the women talking about how supportive they are of men. That is the female equivalent is when some guy didn't do shit and he's trying to get money out of you and he starts talking about sweat equity. I got a lot of sweat equity in this project. Oh, does that mean? Yeah, that means you didn't put any money in it. Like if this project doesn't work, you're out no money. Meanwhile, I'm out 6 figures. Sweat equity. Fucking jerk-offs. Who the hell came up with that?
That's right. Yeah.
Sweat equity, Paul.
But you know what? I got to give her credit for one thing, Bill. Before he got the contract, I saw something on them when he was just getting in the NFL. And she brought him in this room. And I think he had like a blindfold on. And they opened this room. And this is where it hit me. Mm-hmm. She built him a sneaker room with all of his sneakers displayed with lights on them. And it was everything I ever wanted. I told my wife, yeah, if she did that for me, get my Jordans all
She did that for you with your money that you earned? Yeah, that'd be incredible. That'd be unbelievably supportive.
If she called that contractor,
build you a new wing on your house,
Bill,
out there in New York with your road money. I'm gonna be like, Paul, here's a surprise. I have a surprise. Look what I spent your money on.
If she called that contractor and used my account,
I mean, Bill, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go into my wallet, take my credit card, and with your vision, build me what you thought I wanted.
I can't believe you threw me that
Paul,
party.
that's how much I love you. That's how supportive I am.
That's so funny, dude.
Paul, we're friends. I don't view it as your money as much as it's our money.
Bill, can I tell you something? She took $50,000 and threw me a party. Now I'm out $50,000.
She had a great time. She had a great time. All her friends were there. Paul, I'm going to go into your bank account with your ATM and buy you your dream car. And not even with my own money, I'm putting the bow on it. With your money.
Yo,
There you go, Paul. Well, I'm going to be walking with my
I'm crying.
I mean, that right there. That's when you know, Paul, I'm ride or die.
Yo,
when I start spending your money, I spend it on you, Paul. I mean, I could have just as easily gone out and bought myself 50 grand worth of sunscreen, but I didn't.
We're going to an all-inclusive, all expenses paid.
By you, but I set it up. I set this up. This was my vision, and I don't feel like you're enjoying it.
Dude, I got a funny story. I got a buddy. I'm obviously not going to mention names. His wife or girlfriend bought him tickets to one of his favorite musicians in like Dublin, Ireland. And she goes, we're going to Ireland. And he was like, really? And yeah, and you're going to see so-and-so. It was like his favorite musician. And they're like, we're going to fly to Ireland. We're going to see the show. We're going to stay at this hotel. And then afterwards I go, dude, that's awesome. When are you leaving? He goes, nah, dude, we can't do it. He's like, I really can't afford it. She used my money.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's the funniest shit.
Are you my girlfriend or are you an event planner?
What are you, my travel agent?
Did she add 20% for her work?
He was excited. He was excited to go see his favorite musician in Ireland. Oh, dude.
See, that's when you need to tap into your Keith Robinson, because Keith Robinson would have straight like, you use my credit card, God damn it. It's not a gift. You got it for yourself.
Dude, my stomach hurts. I'm crying, dude. That is the funniest shit.
Yeah.
Honey,
I'll tell you, Paul, it takes a lot. That's how you know who somebody is. It's the way they spend your money on you.
Honey, why is there a bulldozer? Why is there a bulldozer in our backyard? Wow, I figured I'm going to build you a new extension.
And guess what? The pool is also going to have a hair salon where you can get your mani and a pedi. No, Paul, I did this for us. See, I knew you were going to ruin this. You ruin everything. Dude, I remember when Dr. Dre was getting divorced. His ex-wife's lawyer said, what she did is she managed the household.
Oh my God.
We need Cheerios. If I didn't say that, we would have starved to death. It's like, what? You have a staff. They had a chef. Dude.
Yeah. I know a guy going through it, dude. He went to court because of the money he makes. He's got to give his wife like 30-something K a month. They got
Paul, something, best 30 grand you're ever going to spend.
That's what I want.
And the key is, dude, you just never get remarried. You don't get married again. You got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
Dude, I got to be honest.
Know when to give it 30K and live at the beach. You get yourself a trailer and live like Jimmy Rockford and get yourself a fucking Firebird and start banging chicks at the beach. That's what you do. You don't try to go out and get another house. You just downsize your shit.
No, dude, but there's something freeing about the guy. I've seen guys that are like, yeah, man, I'm on my fourth wife. And they're fucking happy. They just try it. They're like, this is the one. Nah, all right. Next. There's something about that, dude. I never seen a guy like that.
Dude, how can you have yourself cut in half 4 fucking times and have any money left? I think if you're like broke, I mean, yeah, you can just get married all the time. But like, it's people who get divorced. I think it's dumb. Like, you really got to like. Great thing about me and my wife is I really love her, and she's like a friend. So like when we start drifting apart, it's like not only do I pay attention to it, like I don't want that to happen. Right. You know what I mean? Forget about like, Jesus Christ, Paul, the avalanche that it would fucking cost me But like, I watch these people, man. It's just like they get divorced, and then like a year later, they're married again. And it's just like all you did was take your canoe out of the river, drag it up, and you're getting back in the same. It's the same fucking ride.
I don't know why these guys don't stash money, man. I'm serious, dude. I mean, I know my wife wouldn't like. I love my wife. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get divorced, but dude, these guys like Tiger Woods and them, when you got money like that, why don't you have a safe with cash? Stash it, man.
Hey, Paul, you know, keep it quiet there.
I'm just
Paul,
saying.
if you think that, you know they do. What you do is you peel off like, you know, a couple of stacks with each gig.
Yeah.
Right?
Skim
Peel off
from the
couple of stacks, right? The skim.
Nobody
you skim.
sees
It's
it.
like, listen, you got to view yourself when you're operating at the Tiger Woods level. You're basically your own casino. All right. And there's the skim. And it doesn't go to Kansas City, Paul. It goes to you. Okay.
Right.
And you have your little man cave.
Great reference. Casino reference. Fantastic.
Yep. And it was actually about the Chicago mob, but they said Kansas City because they didn't want to have any fucking problems, from what I read. You have yourself a little fucking safe there, Paul.
All right.
You know what it's called, Paul? It's called Go Money.
Yeah.
Go Money.
Couple passports in there. God forbid you got to skip town.
Exactly.
You know?
Side piece, little joint around the corner.
Fake beard like OJ had in the fucking Bronco. What do you have?
Absolutely. Yeah, you disappear after the divorce. Then they don't, and then you just keep the checks coming.
Well, you can't disappear if you got kids, though. Or you got to tell your kids where you're going.
No, it's a package deal. You make them choose. Take a good look at this face.
All right, prop bets. This is my prop bets for the game.
Paul, what do you like?
I like Patrick Mahomes to throw over 300, and I like this will be a parlay of mine. Patrick Mahomes to throw 300 plus yards.
Wow.
Christian McCaffrey to score.
Really?
Travis Kelce.
Just seeing how confident you are in your choices.
Travis Kelce, what do you think? Over 8 catches or under? Is 8 a lot? Is 8 a lot?
Come on, Paul. Be confident in your 8 catches?
It's a lot in a Super Bowl, man.
And you know something? And it makes no fucking sense. But
he had 12.
He's gonna.
He had 12 in the AFC Championship game.
Against the Ravens.
And he caught all of them. Guy was 12 targets, 12 catches, and a touchdown. Guy had
Dude, the man shows up.
He does.
Shows up. All the men in the world that wanted, what's her face there?
He
came walking in the room, Paul, and it was over.
No, he went to her concert and tried to get a bracelet or give her a bracelet. She didn't take it. And he said, oh, that's it. And he felt dumb. And then she came back to him when he was done. It's a man. He's getting a touchdown. Done.
Because you know what? She saw that he understood that no meant no.
I walked from my wife, and that's when she...
That's what you do. With the good ones, you walk away. I walked away from my wife.
Did you?
Yeah, I kept hitting on her, and she just was being doing that shit. And right when I thought, you know what? Fuck her.
Dude.
Came right up like a cat.
Me and my brother, shout out to my older brother, Christian, who got married Saturday. He's the fucking best.
He's right over there giving me a look. You didn't? You didn't play hard to get.
I'm not doing this with you. Do your podcast.
We had a great breakfast, Paul. She's looking as beautiful as ever.
You know what? I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you do. You do. You love it. And you love me. All right. Say it. Say it. All right. What do we got here?
So, fuck, what was I saying?
You said you said Patrick Mahomes, 300. Christian McCaffrey.
No, my wife.
75 yards. Travis Kelce, 15 catches.
I was trying to date my wife for like 5 months. We know each other forever. She was in Jersey City. I was in Queens. Same thing as you. Try to go out, try to go here, try to go get a drink, this and that. And after a while, I was like, what am I doing? So me and my older brother, Christian, went to a movie. It was Chris Rock's movie, Head of State, when he's going to be the president. And my brother goes, what are you worried about? It's her loss. Fuck it. Move on. And I go, yeah. And that weekend, she texted me, I miss you. It was like as soon as I mentally unlocked it, it was done.
That's hilarious. I miss what? Me hitting on you and you slamming me to the curb?
Yeah, I miss you. I miss rejecting you.
Yeah.
I I miss saying no to you. What are you doing
It's
next
gotta
weekend?
feel amazing. Can you imagine a woman throwing herself after you and you're just like, yeah, nah.
Dude, did you see that Matt Dillon? Dude, Matt
And then when
Dillon.
she walks away, you can walk up to her and then she's just like, all right, I'll bounce. We're idiots. We're idiots, Paul.
Dude, we gotta, our fans, you gotta pull up that scene. Matt Dillon's in that scene. Oh, dude, it's typical Matt Dillon, but he's playing white trash. And Matt Dillon, he's sitting there with a beer. And
What movie?
The chick from The Office. I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but the chick from The Office she was John Krasinski's love interest. That she like sat at the reception.
Okay.
And she was also in Blades of Glory. And she goes, he's just sitting there with a beer. And she goes, you want a blowjob? And he goes, nah, man, thanks, And she just goes, and she goes, you want to fuck? And he goes, nah, man, I appreciate it though. And she goes, you want to come on my tits? He goes, nah. But dude, it is. And then he just gets up and walks with the beer. Dude, it's one of the funniest. His acting in it is perfect. He's just like, nah, dude, it's all right though, but thanks.
No, that guy, one of my favorite things in the world is to see a great dramatic actor then do a comedy and you see that they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Like Matt Dillon, Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling. All of them, I was huge fans watching their dramatic stuff, and then you watch them in a comedy, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And I don't just mean being
Employee of the month, okay,
being wacky.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not trying to be funny. They're still just saying it like they believe it, and it's, dude. Ryan Gosling's high pitched scream in what was it? The Good Guys, The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys, when he does the spiral fracture, when Russell Crowe does that thing and he goes up the octave. And it was just that's a brutal scene. This guy comes in and he breaks your fucking arm and he tells you he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's and he made getting his arm broken by a tough guy fucking hilarious. I rewound it 3 times. It was like a comedy class.
What about Leslie Nielsen, man? Dramatic actor.
Leslie Nielsen, amazing.
Maybe the GOAT of dramatic acting to funny.
Yeah, there's that's
Dude,
I'm trying to think of,
fucking Airplane, dude.
People forget this. The first time De Niro was really funny. When he did the Analyze This or whatever, he's just doing a straight up comedy. It's like, holy shit, this guy's hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah. And they say it's harder to do.
I don't think it is. I don't think I think that there's a bunch of shit. I think it's either you. Oh, Paul, what's going on?
What's the under over on the next sneeze? No, I don't know. I got something going here.
I don't think it is because I'll tell you this. I would rather have to do comedy than have to do a scene that's really super dramatic, and they're gonna do 7 different setups of it. And you got to maintain that energy. And if you're not going to do the lemon under your eye bullshit, you're actually going to go there emotionally. That is fucking way more exhausting than anything I've ever done as a comedian. So there you go, Paul. That's what I feel.
What do you got, Andrew?
So I built that parlay that you're putting together. If anything's off, I could swap it out. But you had Mahomes getting at least 300 yards. This is priced at 303. Kelsey having 8+ receptions, which is where the number started. 8 was the minimum. Couldn't even get lower than
Look
that.
at that.
Yeah, on an at least. On over under, you probably could. Kelsey to have 1 touchdown. McCaffrey to have 100. You said over 100 yards rushing?
No, I said McCaffrey touchdown.
Just McCaffrey touchdown. All right, I'll swap it out.
What I don't like about that, Paul, is there's no left turn in there. You have 3 things that should happen.
Well, 8
that makes me nervous.
I know, but you got it. You need a little nervous to make money.
That's a 4-leg. That's 10 to win 100.
It's not a good kind of nervous.
That's 10 to win 100.
That's only $10 to win 100.
Yeah.
So wait, so 100 to win 1,000.
So bet $1,000 and get 10 grand.
Dude, that's
basic math here.
Dude, that's actually 100 to win 1,000 is good.
Yeah, but like Bill said, it's. I think at least 3 of those.
How about Pacheco?
Pacheco, that's the one I think that I think is. Yeah, there's going to be some ground game, so I like him. And the one that I like
who's the 49ers' number 1 receiver?
Yeah, but dude, the 49ers have
James Taylor?
The 49ers got a good defensive line.
I've seen fire and I scored touchdowns. I thought the Bengals were going to win, and then we had Joe Many drovers down the field and waved to John Candy.
Yeah, I mean it's like Kelsey, Pacheco, Watson. I mean these are the guys.
We just put together a parlay. Somebody could put $100 and win 1,000 to get Travis Kelsey.
Paul, I'm not saying. Listen, Paul, I'm not coming at you. I'm not playing hard to get here, Paul.
When am I going to get respect on this show?
I'm gonna bring Jake in, see what Jake likes here. Jake, what do you like?
8 catches is a lot
how you
for a Super
doing?
Bowl, though.
What's up, Jake? Come on, man. Look at that shirt. You can tell he's a genius.
Come on, put the
What do you
glass
got,
on.
Jake?
More context just for you guys. But for Super Bowl MVP, I mean, if you guys have any interest in that, especially for like the Chiefs, maybe you could take Kelsey at plus 1,000, or even Mahomes is plus 120. I thought those two caught my eye.
I feel like they're gonna give it to Mahomes.
You get a
Well, yeah. Then you got. I don't know. Oh, that's a tough. Well, why is Kelsey? I guess the quarterback gets all the glory. By the way, Jake, you should have wore the. I love the glasses.
Oh, thanks.
I don't want matinee idol, Jake. I want you coming in look like you've been looking at the numbers all week. Your eyes are all red. You got to do one of these.
We got to
Gives
buy
you
you
credibility.
Sam Rothsteins. We're gonna buy him some Sam Rothsteins with the brown tint.
Oh, dude, I'm getting him one of those fucking suits with the sock artists. You got to come to Vegas with us. Gonna get you those
The
big
glasses.
giant glasses.
Oh, dude,
They'll be my prescription, that's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. They'll be
Why do you
giant
think it's
readers.
priced like that? That's crazy.
dude, Travis
Which
Kelsey
one?
winning MVP and then getting
Plus
on a knee
1,100.
proposing. Oh,
Well, because all the yards that he'll get will be attributed to Mahomes, so they'll.
Well, here's the thing: everybody's betting Mahomes. That's why the number's so small. Nobody's betting Kelsey, so that they're trying to get you to spread the money out, Paul. But if that comes in,
You know what it is? If Kelsey gets 3 touchdowns or 4, something ridiculous, it's like, well, Mahomes threw those, plus everything else he did. That's
but what if he
kind of the
blows a
argument for the
kiss
quarterback.
to Taylor Swift every time? Does that swing it the other way?
Could swell the female voters.
we're being very disrespectful to the 49ers. What about a Brock Purdy MVP? What does that pay?
Plus 190-ish?
I like Purdy. Another one of my bets is Purdy to have over 13 rushing yards, or is it 12? It's a 12.5. But
Rushing
yeah,
yards,
I
that's
really like that
it?
one.
I love that.
Yeah, he had 50 last week, so that's definitely one of my favorite bets.
Over 13 rushing yards? That's nothing.
Yeah, I think it's minus 130. I took a slightly higher number. I think it
Sounds like you're going to have fun betting this week, Paul.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm going in. I'm coming into fucking Vegas
It's
with
Vegas.
snacks ready to go, baby.
I'm putting a dime on the Chiefs.
Ooh, no.
Yeah,
Oof. Putting a dime on him.
dude, it's the Super Bowl. What am I going to do here?
Oh, Bill.
Mahomes with points.
Action.
Paul, you
I
should
don't
match that.
leave you.
That's action
Pacheco.
right there.
It's action.
Pacheco
Paul.
over.
That's man
I like
action.
Pacheco. That is man action. I like
It
Pacheco
is.
over 16 attempts as well. I thought that was a good one.
I like that. Oh,
yeah.
Does this guy? This is why he's on the show, Paul.
Pacheco
Okay.
over
With the pretty
100 is
faces,
227.
Jake the Snake is the brains. This is hot take Jake, like classic right here. Like when when you retire and they have the highlight reel, they're going to show a clip from this segment. I mean, he's giving us gems here, Paul.
I love it.
Dr. Fernie Pacheco, 16 attempts. Is that what it was?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good number,
That's
though.
over under.
I don't know about that one,
Yeah.
Jake.
That's a lot of rushing, dude. That's a lot of touches.
It's a lot of commies.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But you
How
know,
about the
just something to
defense?
think about.
C'est vrai, monsieur.
Any defensive ideas? Anybody? What do we think? Safety? I saw the numbers on a safety.
I
were
think
pretty
Brock
good.
Purdy's going to throw a pick.
Oh, so listen.
Ooh.
So since we got to wrap this up in a second, should we do instead of picking the game, can we do a prop bet parlay special?
Of course we can, Paul. You can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, Paul.
All right. So I think we put Bill's Brock Purdy pick in there. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you know, I'm over here just talking, Paul. I didn't think we were going to do this.
No, let's do a little fun. Look, Mahomes may throw one too. It happens.
I'll price it out. So list them off, but take your time in between because I got to punch them in.
Brock Purdy to throw a pick.
To throw an interception?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they've just been starting slow. He's going to fuck up or something like that, and then they're going to come roaring back. It's going to be close, and then Mahomes does his bullshit, and then they win.
All right. So
Travis
we got
Kelsey.
And then they play Taylor Swift. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need Travis Kelce more than ever.
What were the odds on Purdy to throw an interception, Andrew? I'm curious because I'm in on that. I want to know on that too.
It's minus 150.
Ooh.
What are the odds of Patrick Mahomes' wife spraying champagne on people below, whether they like it or not? Yeah, take that shit. Yeah. I love when the dad was smoking the cigar, her father-in-law. She's going, yeah, smoke that shit. And she's fucking saying that to her father-in-law.
You see, you got a little too hammered
Patrick
on the drive
Mahomes'
home.
wife, if you step to her, she's got like a pool cue. She's going to smash over your back. I would not fuck with her on any level.
Hey, Bill.
She's a character, man.
She's ride or die, Bill.
Ride or die, man. She could have spent that money on her. She could have spent his money on herself. She didn't.
Nobody
She
is more
spent
ride or
it
die.
on him.
Nobody's more ride or die with somebody else's checkbook. Brittany Mahomes. You know what I'm gonna do? We're throwing you a party. All right.
So what do you want to add to that?
Travis Kelce to catch one. Brock
So
Purdy
Kelce
to,
touchdown,
Brock
Purdy
Purdy to
interception.
throw a pick. You want to go Christian McCaffrey over 100?
Wait, it's the Super Bowl, Paul. This is sort of my parlay. Also stick with Paul's. Don't listen to me. I threw in there that's, it's throwing a pick, dude. I'm respectful of other people's money. You just know you're going deep on that one.
Yeah.
Trying to spread out the defense on that one. You're first play of the game going up top there.
Well, we're also doing something where a little bit of money could get you a lot. So you don't have to bet a lot. You bet $10, you could get a couple $100.
Okay, so I would go heavier on Paul's bet. I'd go a little lighter on mine. Who knows? Maybe, bag of money falls in your lap.
What else
Listen
you want to
to
add into
me.
this, Paul?
fucking spend that shit.
All right, let's sweeten the pot for people here.
Yeah, what else you want to add in? Let's build this.
Christian McCaffrey to rush for 100 or plus.
All right, so hold on. So rushing yards, at least.
By the way, Paul, I have to be
Oh,
honest
that's
with you.
funny.
That whole thing where you have like the whole cabinets with your sneakers backlit and everything, like that's really stupid. They're sneakers. I'm tired of you guys acting like they're vintage bottles of wine.
Well, dude, man, but I have too many laying around. It's a problem. Like I need a room for it. That's the thing.
I know you guys are like chicks. It's like you guys got like 5,000 pairs of sneakers instead of heels.
No, I
Should
don't
I
have
wear
that.
these? What do you think? The cements or the smokes? Does it match my bag? Dude, I saw this thing. The guy's these sneakerheads, and this guy's legit. He has a pair of Nikes, and he's talking to this dude at this swap meet going like, what do you want from me? He goes, 60 grand. And the guy's like, I can't do that. I can do 40. I can give you 40 cash for fucking sneakers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
Dude, I'll tell you the two areas, 3 areas: art, sneakers, and classic cars right now. Some fucking idiot at Barrett Jackson just paid $202,000 for a Ford F-250 crew cab from the 1970s. That thing's worth like 60 grand. Maybe if you do a rotisserie and you pay for it, just because the money and the labor, it's going to cost you 110.
That's nuts.
You should get a fucking Ferrari for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the truck market is hot. This is good for your portfolio.
It's an F-250.
What's the money at now, Andrew? What's the
That's
bet
10
at?
to win 70. Purdy interception, Kelce 1 touchdown, and 102 plus yards.
We got a
for
Dodge
McCaffrey.
Power Wagon. We're going to start the bidding at 200 grand. 250.
Add in one more, Paul.
Patrick Mahomes to throw 300 plus.
Yeah. All right.
Do that. That'll fucking up the pot.
It's starting at 260.
What if
which
they
is
just hit him the
good.
first play, Paul, and he's looking out his ear hole?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I like the kid, but
I think something crazy is going to happen in this game. This
10
might
to
be the
win
caffeine
170,
talking,
Paul,
Paul,
so
but
that's
I
100.
what is it,
want to
Andrew?
walk
100 to win
around in that Super
1700.
Bowl, Paul.
100 to win 1,700.
Yeah.
Nice, beautiful. Do it.
I'm
You
going
guys
to
throw
punch
a
that in
Cena.
for $20 right now to win 340 just on a whim. I'm
You guys
placing
put
that
All
one.
right, Paul, you know what? I'm going to actually bet this bet.
Me
I'm going
too.
to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to, no, you, Paul, I'm going to take your credit card. I'm going to surprise you. And I'm going to put in a bet for both of us with your money.
You know something, Bill? You're a ride or die friend.
I'm going to have my hands over your eyes like this, and then you open and the 2 betting slips are going to be on some bar high top. By the way, Paul, can you get us some nachos?
Bill, I just got my bank statement. No, those bets were for you.
I did that for us.
You know, it sucks. We can't go out to the pool out there.
Why?
Dude, it's going to be like 58 degrees every day.
All right.
Can't go to the pool.
Paul, you can go to the pool and you can smoke a cigar right down there. Dude,
All
we
right.
got to do the picture. They took vacations together.
No, we got to take a picture by the Bellagio fountain at
All
night.
right.
At night.
I'm a Caesars guy. We got to go down to Caesars. I'm old. Like Caesars, the Flamingo, O'Shea's.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we will be back Friday doing the live show from Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the BetMGM Grand or MGM Grand, sponsored by BetMGM.
The show it'll be a show that will be done live with an audience, but the audio will be out the next day. So
The audio will be
Saturday,
out the next day,
People
live.
look out for the audio from that.
Live audience. Me and Bill will give our official Super Bowl picks. I think you know where Bill's going. He pretty much said it. I'm kind of leaning that way. Jake the Snake will have up-to-date injury reports for us, and we'll have some prop bets. And $20 gets you $340 with the bet we just gave you guys. But we'll see you on Friday. Anything else, Andrew?
That's it.
$5.
I can smoke that shit. Yeah.
$5 get you $158. $5 get you $158. Bonus code Burr.
Paul, I've been
And,
watching your Knicks, dude. They look solid.
I know, dude.
First time. All this shit you've been talking, they have a team.
No, they have a team. 16 out of the last 19. Hey, Bill,
Upset in
listen.
the first round. You're New York Knicks.
Bill, listen. When we go to the steakhouse, okay, dinner on me. Your credit card. I'm ride or die.
I have a surprise for you.
All right, guys. We'll see you out in Vegas on Friday. Talk to you guys soon. This has
And
been
thank
the
you
show.
so much for watching for another football season. This is the most fun show I do in this business. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in Vegas. BetMGM.
See you guys later.